it's going. And it's fantastic to have all of you join. We got a bunch of new uploads, which should be fun. I think a lot of cool stuff. I'm pretty positive that you all will like it. So some of that new inventory, we have some Manila, fairly large size, West African ring money. We've got a bunch more. Let's see what's over here. We have 5 each of Almahad, Hungarian, 12 Numi. We have Crimean Toktamish Golden Hoard coins, Abu Said. These insane Portuguese Malacca coins, Bazarucos, Sasanian. Thank you, Danny Collects, for that. Let me just show you that I have the item here. I'll put it in my sold category. There you go. Actually, I'm pretty. I mean, I doubt it was a different dram. I guess I didn't check exactly, but that should be a good one. We'll start on this guy, and we will then think about what coins we should. Coin of the 3 wise men. I think that it actually. Are you thinking of the Phrases coin, Leah? Sounds good, Mr. Man. There's Phrases Parthian drams. I actually had some in the mail that I asked to get here on time for this show. They got it. They're getting in tomorrow or the day after because I guess it's President's Day. Very nice. You know, bit clean, but 1792 super clear. Leon Mint. Back of cost, still think there's good room for a collector here. Come in and take it down. You know, it's a solid coin. Mint matters what's going on. We got more from the both Mine Not Geld, which is mostly sets, but some not sets, and then also more of the Belgian collection. So it should be a lot of interesting stuff. We got tons of new slabs as well. Got some new Hoard coins. Got a good mix of great types across the board. Nice win there. We can, we can jump into some of our new stuff. Why don't we just run? This is a slightly different, and we're gonna try to do a lot of dollar starts as well. That thing is sharp. 1790 on the back. M Mint. Copper Soul. Not Geld in Chinese. Awesome. Let's try some of that. But keep me honest, guys. What else? I'll pull a couple of the... Oh, and then there were some biblical coins. I just paid $40 each for the Herod Agrippa in really nice condition. And $45 for the Herod the Great. Any owls? We've got a couple. Let me just pull them for you. Oh, and I did get a couple more of the... These were most of the ancients. I have 4 more. I brought in 3 more owls, as shown. And then I also brought in some of the Chinese ant nose money, which are more likely to be not like 3 millennia old, though that's how they were sold to me, more like in the, late, 300s BC range. So I've been selling these very frequently in the 29 range. Sounds good, Last Druid. Let me pull that. This is going to be a Zhou Dynasty. Thank you, Jesse T. Darkshire Tetradrams, those also are in the package that should be getting here tomorrow. Fantastic types. Let me just look. Buck and go the whole lot of Manilas. That would be insane and exciting. Nice win. We've got the first, and these, again, interesting proto-money. We'll do one more. Maybe for $2 less. I mean, they've basically all sold at 29, frequently bidding up, but if it's just Mint Matters, I don't want to charge you every dollar I've got. You can see the clear detail. Yeah, a little bit of Shipwreck. I'm going to hopefully reloading this week. Going to visit some of my dealers at the Long Beach show. Runtime, probably something like 2.5 to 3 hours. Kind of depends how the night unfolds. Any of the better 3-cent nickels sounds good. WX. I have not run any of those US types for a long time. Let me see if I still even have it. Had not thought about that. Let's try that. WX 5608. Probably started at least like $19. I think it's, or $22. There you go. I think I paid like 16 for it, so trying to make $3-4. Actually pretty solid looking. The turtle, I've got some, but it's at grading right now. And then I recently got in a fun collection that I think you might like as well, with more of that type of material. Let me do the 3-cent nickels that I've got on hand here. Nice win for S-Man. Try to show both sides of this, and then I'll pull the silver Romans. Okay, sure. Let me try to bring out some of the silver Romans. Where do I have those? Are you thinking like tetragram size, or, here's a denarius. 68 3-cent. For some older cash, honestly, I don't do tons. I don't want to sit like I don't got tons. I often am able to bulk sell stuff. It's rare that I do tons of trades. I did a trade this week, which was the first one I did in a long time. But let me look. I know there's some stuff I've been ignoring here. Let's see. Last Druid is looking for AD 2526. There's that coin. Nice win. Let's see. AD 25. That's funny. 85, 26, and 24. 24 looks like it's missing, but what's 26? A interesting. Oh yeah, this should actually bid quite a bit up, a good bit of a ways up. Nice little 5th century BC Sidon 1/16 shekel of Baal Shalim. From a nice little old collection, looks like. What is this 24? Is that the Campania? Konos Hemidram. I don't know why that wouldn't be around. I wonder. I'm going to remove it because I can't see it, which is really frustrating to me. Show both sides of this guy. That's funny, Dalen. The 3 wise men I don't have knockgeld in Chinese. We can do a couple of those. EG 2024 05159. Let's see what that coin is. This one's a pretty expensive coin. It's just really not a type that I get in much. I think I'd look for 149 on there. It's a full-size dram, and it's a little earlier. Very cool type. Memnon of Rhodes, and then you can see the rose very clearly on the reverse. Very cool type. And the Brandenburg, yeah, for sure. Let me pull that up. Think that'll be like a 59 start, and then we have some Roman. The Roman denarius, sure. Let me, I was just like looking at that in the back and realizing I need to get there. Let me tell you exactly what I paid for it, which I'm pretty sure was 95. And then I would try on that one. I kind of paid a little more than I normally might on that sort of type. So I would look to get like 104 will get me to break even. Very solid. I don't think that these are available in NGC Find for cheaper than that on eBay or anywhere near. BCA, any graded dragons? When you say graded dragons, is that like a more modern silver coin or a... yeah, I'm not exactly sure what we're discussing. Let's get that Brandenburg coin up here. Ardashir Tets, no, BCA 0075. There we have. Nice 1676 $6. The crab coin, for sure. Let's go find that. Mercury going to be the first bidder on this one. BCA 0075. Digging it. We have some other denarii that could be up your alley. WX3306. Where is that coin? Is that a bigger size coin? Let me see. BCA 0075. Let's look for 96. Sure. I've got the peace dollar in back. All right, I have all of these in mind. I didn't have time to quite ID this, and I was just like, people like a crab. There it is. I can't tell if it's like Comagene Super clear crab, though. Should be pretty popular. Peace dollar, cool. We'll get the peace dollar up. This guy should have some real room there. Ancient crab. That one. That's funny. Yeah, from what I've heard. Nice 26S peace dollar. I mean, I don't know what melt is, but we'll go no sudden death. Has some kind of fun toning or something on there. It's, it feels a little worn. 80, 98, 21. No maples, no maples. And I'm still looking for this WX, the 33. Yeah, sounds good, Bridger. And I've got actually Skippy Fix-It's going to win that. So I paid £100 each for them. And they come with this cool booklet that tells you exactly like all about the Hoard and everything. It was found, would have been found around 1643. Here's where it was buried during the middle of the Civil War. So again, I paid £100 for this. That's what, like 133. I've been asking, and I sold, I think, 4 of them 2 shows ago. This one's a very nice one. Let's see, AD 98. I think was asked for 19. That one might be a little pricier. This one here, about 159. So I make about $15. I don't think it's too crazy, and then you don't have to ship it in from England. Beautiful shilling coin, and it will come with the pamphlet in the back. So this was a hoard of about 1,200 English shillings that would have been buried during the English Civil War. Really fascinating. Not much on the and so really, really cool. I'll also, and I'll make sure to send you one of those. That one, let's see if there's a nicer looking one. Well, that one has good detail. This would be the other ruler. So that one that just sold was James. This one would have been, or no, I kind of messed up the the skew. I think the flip itself. Let me see. Yeah, the flip is going to show Charles. So you just got Charles. Then we also have a James here. Let's see. U or B. I know there's some requests that I'm going slow on again, so I apologize. This one would be James the First. If you want both of the rulers, basically, I want to make sure you have access to that. Mint Matters gonna jump in again on a nice looking James. I also have some Epfig Hoard, which I think is going to be a French mix. Let me just... I'm just trying to get one more of them uploaded that I think I forgot to upload. Let's see. Shipping profile. Nice win in case there ends up being additional demand. Let's see. That one was 10. This one I think is the 09 one. 159. And then there was a request. Oh, we try our best, Marcelamet. Yeah, we should have some U.S. Philippine stuff. Mint Matters looking for that one. We've got then no prison purse hiding. Wait, I feel so bad that I'm not understanding the joke. 33. What was the request around? Something 33 maybe? Oh, the Philippines? Sure. I'll do one until these stop selling. May continue to offer a couple. This one's pretty sharp. Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess they... I don't know. I mean, they would have just buried these instead. Philip Hay. Again, it'll come with this interesting pamphlet. Beautiful type. And do we have any more? Just while we're on the topic, I know I think I bought in total 20-ish. 20, maybe 21. Because that was how I got a better deal from the English dealer that had them. There again, there you can actually see his nose pretty well. And I can send multiple pamphlets if that would be helpful. Again, beautiful Shipwreck silver rounds. Not so much rounds, but we have Shipwreck coins. Okay, let's see. Somebody asked about AD 14. Sounds good, Colin. Then we've got Texas Cooler. I know things are kind of crazy. Oh, the Clodius Albanus. The Clodius I may not have, but somebody has for the... Well, here's the Maximinus. He was like super tall. Deposes... Let's see. On a tooled Maximinus Thrax, like better ruler type. It's just been scratched up a good bit. Here's... What's going on, DC? Let's get a giveaway on. It's nothing too crazy. It might be some German knockout. It might be something else fun, but tooled basically means a little bit of an enhancement. Oh, and the Philippines. We totally forgot about the Philippines. Let's try to snag some of that. Jinx, nice win. Let's see. WY06. Let's see, what is a peso? Let me just check what the melt on these is. They should be worth more than melt, but I want to know my downside on it, if that kind of makes sense. These are going to have about $39 and 80 cents of melt in there, so I'm going to ask $49 considering fees. These would have been minted at the San Francisco Mint. Graded Imperial, I don't think any invasion. Widow's Mites WC, we do have. Cal, they'll probably be like $29. I paid $22 for them. We do have Widow's Mites. I actually just uploaded some. So let me pull those for next. JPG, we will. And for all the people, I'm being so bad about requests right now. Nice win. Maybe we can do one more Philippines. I did want to immediately get one of these Widow Mites up. We have some nicer types too. We have the some Roman procurators. Really solid anchor and a super clear star. Wow, I knew this group was better. Yeah, we've got a good number of Imperial, German, and Prussian types. And everybody keep the requests coming. I am going to get to them. Ooh, that's a good call out, Jinx. Does it say I have one? I don't remember having any specifically in my inventory. I wish I did, but I don't think I have any of those. I don't want to disappoint you. Let's do $32. We'll go down to 15 seconds just because I'm seeing how much demand there is. This is a beautiful one. Should bid up more than average. The 32 start is really for like a regular specimen, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know. I think we might have at least one of them down in Texas. But that's kind of all I know. We'll do 2 more mites, and then we'll do some of the rarer prototypes as well. Because that's all. And then there's some owls that I have to get to. But we'll build because these I can start at 32. So this is we have more later, but then I paid $40 for some nice Claudius ones, which are, Herod Agrippa mentioned clearly in Acts, biblical Judean style. Oh, wow. Take a look at that reverse. Super nice with tons of clear lettering around the edge. Beautiful. And then this guy, you have this super clear umbrella-like canopy. Again, I just paid $40 for these, so I'm looking for 49. Make about $5. Hopefully more than that. But again, we've got, this would have been struck between 41 and 42 AD. under Herod Agrippa. That one's going to go to Sorcerer Stan. I've got 2 more of these in my inventory. I bought 3 of them. There, again, you can see that umbrella-like canopy very clearly, and then the 3 grain ears on the reverse. What's going on, Coin Treasury? Again, fantastic biblical style. I'm doing well. Enjoying, having a good... It's good to be back. We might do a bunch of late night sales this week, kind of pop-up, which would be really fun. Here's the last of these, and then the last ones that I have, which I'm really excited about. Normally a tougher to find type regardless, but I got very specifically good-looking ones, are some of the Herodian Pruta, and that sounds good, Ambutu. Okay, so I paid 45, so that means I'm going to ask 54. Similar structure. I'm trying to make $4 or $5. But this is Herod the Great, 40 to 4 BC. Run the pirate stuff, and then a fantastic trident on the reverse. Again, I paid a little more than I normally would to get them with super clear cornucopias on the front. Shannon going to jump in and win that first one. We've got, as I said, 2 more of them. Thor, again, beautiful in this example. And you can see the anchor very clearly on both these sides. For the pirate stuff, all right, then we'll have to break immediate. We'll do 1 more of these mites. Well, it's actually the last one of the Herodians that I brought. Actually, maybe there's 1 other. I paid a little less for it, so I'll start for less. We'll do all the pirate coins. We'll do them $1 start as an I'm sorry as well. Let's see, UA. There's also a type that appeared on, what's it called? Pawn Stars. But this is and we will run this one for $1 and just let it go. Well, we'll buck and go. 20 seconds. Beautiful style. 1808. Sank to the bottom of the English Channel in 1809. Was later recovered, but fantastic looking. Very unlikely Miami, but I feel like the biblical links have definitely brought more intrigue to it. That one is going to go to Digging It. We'll just run through the extent that I have here. Again, these are really beautiful. I have some of these that are going to look less nice. That's what I'm talking about, Coin Treasury. That's where I was like, people are going to love these. I had to pay up to get them. And that one will go to Meaning Of. I think I have 1 more. It has even some cool toning, like a little rainbow toning on the side. Beautiful. And then we can do a couple of the less pricey, I think like 10 cash after that. Oh no, do we even have? Yeah, we have a couple of them. We just have 1 regular one. Beautiful. And then this is, I think, the last one of its kind that I have for everybody today. I'll try to get some more, but this is all I've got here. And then let's see, X cash. If I type that in, are there any? Oh, nice. Okay, so it does look like I've got some of the Shipwreck, or maybe. Ooh, nice win for Sorcerer. Looks like I've mostly got some Chola Empire coins. The question being, though, I may not have... Okay, I think I only have, like, barnacle-style ones. These are expensive, though, because they're that cool. I'll start them at 39, but they actually have the Shipwreck barnacles still attached to them. And very nice condition, but not something that you see super frequently. Again, fully encrusted in the original style. That's always excited. Maybe technically, I'm not a biologist, but this one, the barnacles aren't as pretty. I'll drop it to 29. I want to be fair and but they're still very much there. and it shows like what original Shipwreck coins look like, because often people will really, you know, they'll clean them up fairly significantly so that they can see the details better. But it's interesting to see, like, you know, what it would be like without that. So we can run. I don't think I have more after these that are like not in my inventory. These barnacle ones. And why don't we find another giveaway for the time being? There's also tons more on the ancient side. This one's double encrusted. You can see like the shells and everything. You can see the date clearly. Chop marks. We should have a couple chops. Crown size South American. Not tons. Richard Hunter, great to hear from you. I don't even know if there's any. I'm nervous that there's not. Don't want to disappoint you. Man, this one has a ton of bottom of the ocean floor gunk still on there. Really lovely. It almost looks like a side of a shell or something. But then you can still see the script so clearly. It's wonderful. S-Man sounds good. I think my plan is going to be, I think I've got two more of the, yeah, we can do those. Two more of these is like, I think these are the last two barnacle cash in my inventory. I can always try to get some more, but I'll try these last two, and then we'll try to find that. I know there's some Almahad stuff, but WY20, let me pull it up. That was actually why I was a little late today. I was getting those last uploaded. That one will go to Texas. Congrats. And my very last one of these guys, I think it'll be a good one to go out on. Hopefully it bids up. We'll do it at a little discount. It's very pretty. Very nice reflective surface and a very pleasing Shipwreck appearance on this side. Yeah, Vietnam, exactly. We've got old Vietnamese cash types, and we'll dollar start them. Nice win for Mint Matters. These have proven to be pretty popular. Let's see. This one is going to be Tran Du Tong from this magnificent collection I've had the pleasure of handling. The Clodius albinus, I'm looking for it, and it's not popping out. How much would you want to pay for it? Let me see. Oh, here it is. What do you want to pay for the Clodius albinus? I'm not exactly sure what would be fair, and I don't want to overcharge you. I also don't want to kind of, undercharge, if that makes sense. This one has great eye appeal. Very, very pleasing. It's worn. I mean, it's been tooled. Let me show it to you, and you can maybe just have a look and see what you would think. Very, very nice. Mint Matters going to win that one. And then we'll show off the Claude Albine. Mint Matters. There's also, we have a couple nice. I started these at 13, and they were just blowing the top off of Last Druid. Going to take that one. Where's the last one that I just pulled? I could have sworn I just had one up. 240120. There's some like slightly chunkier ones even. I think look great on camera. Like these are tough, but like this one. And we'll do a few of these. Again, Vietnam, it's interesting because there's all these different powers that would have been competing. That one has great patina. Any pandas? No, we don't have it. WY2602. I'm looking for it. I think I just found it. Yeah, let me, it's a pricey one. That one will go to Mint Matters. And why don't we do one more like this? Fantastic eye appeal. And we have more of these. I just don't want to, have too focused on any one style of coin. The next is going to be some of the nice Thai coins I have. Beautiful Lei Hien Tong cash coin. Fantastic style. Jin Shou is going to win that one. These are really fantastic. These are going to be, they were made in China, but they would have been used in Thai gambling houses. And so we sold all like 30 of them that we had in the last show. They would have been porcelain gaming money. And so just a really interesting type. They were struck, and that's great. It's rare. We also have some very nice colored examples, such as the following. So again, these would have been officially for use in Thai area Chinese gambling houses, but in practice would have turned into circulating currency within modern day Thailand. Yes, exactly, Coin Guy. Struck from about 1760 to 1875, and they were fairly commonplace, but then eventually the Thai leadership basically just wanted people to use a more unified currency. A little chip on this one, but I mean, these things are popular. They're really like fun and colorful. So we have some cool designs coming. And yes, Baffy, I am tracking. If it's okay and you want to like come back, well, we could run it soon. I know there's been a bunch of requests that are just tough to get to because there's so many exciting types that I like want to be able to show off. Isn't this a neat style? Mother of Pearl gambling tokens, Oklahoma. I think I'm going to have some later in the week. Isaiah got a shipment of them. It was this fantastic old collection, and he has been selling them. And he said he would send me a couple. I think I got the notification that they arrived to my postal box yesterday, and so I'm going to try to pick them up. The post office might be closed tomorrow, so there will be delays. It might like take a little while, but I'm hoping I can snag those. And yeah, I mean these are really a nice mix of types. And I think the fun thing is that there were like I think hundreds of designs. Generally, it wasn't like they would strike 100,000 of the same type. Um, it is a English crown. There's also an owl that I'm looking at, and we have to do a little more of the Chinese cash, which I obviously just got a nice refill on. Let's do 3 more of these, and we'll come back to them. That one's very interesting, multicolored. Let me pull that metal. Maybe we can take a pause and run that metal if I can find it quickly here. BCA 106, and I can, so we can actually pull it up and run it. I have some fantastic new Sasanian. I have new Uzbekistani, Arab Shahid, Amirs of Kunduz. This could not be, I think, a better. I basically got a ton of new material that I've been working hard. These are interesting. I've seen a couple. They have all these like 4 dots on them. AD 25, 11, and 12. I saw requested. Again, one more. Looks like a cat's eyes. Yeah, then we're going to do the metal for Baffy. And then there's the AD 11 and 12. We're just going to run them. Dollar start those. Those are pretty popular. This is a really cool type. Interesting characters on the reverse. I'm not sure. It looks like a little animal, like almost like a aardvark or something. Very cool. Let me run. So I'm seeing BCA 0106. Why don't we dollar start it? This thing is going to be popular, which is good. It should be. No sudden death. 1767 dated type. I'll pull a couple more of the interesting Chinese types. We have a couple of the older cash. Globes Pillar Reals, I don't. Yes, Texas. Sorry about that. S-Man as well. I feel bad. I'm like juggling all the ass. Really not as I would love to. We've pulled that Albinus I'm going to show on the bottom of the screen. Baffy going to win that. There's the Albinus. You can see it's pretty well tooled. And then we had talked about doing these 2 coins. Then there's some maybe crowns or some other silver. Lamps. Oh, this is a really nice coin. We'll do 5-second extension. A little diable of Mysia. Janiform heads, meaning the heads are looking both ways, but a beautiful portrait or, face of Athena. That thing should be pretty popular. Again, the other side isn't quite as nice, but that comes through very strong. And then the 1894, let's see, AD 2509 was also requested. That one will go to Smallwood. Next up, we've got a diable of Mysia Lampsacos. Beautiful. Not quite as nice as the last one, but you can see the helmeted Athena, very bulbous head. And you can see detail of the nose, eyes, face. And then there you can see also nose, eyes, face. So it's really a pretty solid 6th to 5th century BC item. AD 2509. Is that another Greek fraction that was requested? It looks like it. Yeah, I'm sure we can run that one while we're on the topic. Oh yes, that was sounds good. Artemis Verdant. We have some of the Chinese cash. We have some of the. I think that had been a long-standing request. All right, we'll do one more. And again, I appreciate everybody's patience. Trying to do my best here. Miziakizikis. Let me just pull everything to the front. I'm going to put to the side coins that were not requested that I had popped out. This one looks really actually quite good detail. Addis. And wow, that is a sharp obverse. I think that, for the collector, this should be Bridger. And then Artemis was looking for 491, 131. Barry is going to win that one. This one, 49, 131. Then there's the crown, which I'm going to look for. We talked about the albinus. This one's in good detail. Silver price is high. I'm not sure exactly, but this is an 83.5% silver. Pretty solid two franc coin. Better French type. $40. Probably was thinking a little higher, but I feel bad. It's the sort of thing where I have to be, okay, this one I paid in the low 200s for. I'm going to ask, it's not a cheap coin, like 289, I guess, for. The albinus, I was thinking probably like 55, which maybe it's too pricey, but it's still Clodius albinus. That's the problem with it. Bridger is going to be the first bidder on this beautiful King Charles Shipwreck silver. Not sure I have tons of it. Sure, we can run it for 50. I mean, that'd be I think somehow this coin is popped up. I don't know how. But then we can run the albinus, sure, for 50. My guess is there will be more bids than that. Take this thing out of the flip. This is a very large size of the Siam and Thai gambling money types, and we can come back to sell more shortly. Clodius, we'll just do it as we discussed. Why not for 49? But I don't want, again, this was tooled, so basically somebody enhanced the surfaces, scratched it up a little bit, but a very rare denarius, a very rare ruler. And so not surprised to see that one run ahead of that estimate there. We've also got the owl that was requested, and then there's like a shilling that somebody had asked about. Jinx Kanda will snag that one. Good game. This one, owls, these are tougher to find for me these days. So I've been asking a little more if they're really, if the owl is super clear on there. There's Athena's portrait. You can see there's some issues in the surface, but the head's there, and most importantly, the owl's really clear, staring straight at us. No Dan Carr. Probably be tough, Colin, and I feel bad saying this, but it's tough for me to go through and show every single one of them. They're all, I would say, probably similar to that, but it's nothing. It's just about the pace of the auction. If you come back in in 2 hours, I could see the show maybe slowing down a touch. This one is being sold at a $5 profit. I think it could bid actually solidly higher. It's a 12 pence or 1 shilling King James type. I wish it was from the URB Hoard. I wish we had that fine context, because that is always so powerful in the value. Need a nice shipwreck piece. Let's see. I sold like 10 shipwreck coins. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 more of them. I think I only have 1 more. Taj Mahal treasure. Mint Matter is going to win that one. Let's see. This one here is going to be a Western Han. This has provenance to Hong Kong in 1994 at the Taisei auction there. Beautiful 220 to 110 BC Ban Liang cash coin. And we dollar start these guys, but they've bid well above there previously. Always fun to be able to get some. And that one will go to Mint Matters. We've got this one right here. I think I brought 4 of this type, so I've already sold one. Take a minute. This one is very encrusted, but has a very interesting blue toning. Or blue, not blue toning, blue like incrustation style, but the characters are very clear on it, which is kind of interesting, I would say. There's not tons. We have a couple of the Lifetime of Christ examples. That one doesn't surprise me. That goes for a little bit less. Let's see. Again, I mentioned that we would, at this stage, have 2 more of these guys. But there's tons. We have some great graded types. Why don't we try some of those? We have some of the Rhodes drams. Let's see where this one jumps to. If it does, it's going to stay $9. It's a great win. We'll bring back some of the other. I mean, there's a ton of interesting Chinese types. In the meantime, we've got these Rhodes coins. I bought out the remainder of them, which was 6 of them. Beautiful Kings of Elam, modern day Kuwait and Iran, I believe. Fantastic on the reverse. Trident as well. Really stands out. Smallwood will win that one. And then I again mentioned that I have 6 total. We can run a couple of them now. We can run all 6 of them quickly. It's really up to you all. I don't want to force them. I also think that they're generally pretty well received when I have brought them out. So, again, maybe I should be raising the price. The taller, the metal. Let me pull. The taller is going to come to front and center. This one is going to be Philip Hay is going to win that one. I'm not going to raise the price, but man, these are sharp. Whoa, that one's an interesting reverse type with some, I don't know if it's a goddess or a different, certainly style on the back. Big Pappy in the lead. Then we've got, looks like there's, again, a total of 3 more at this stage. We also have some of the great Kushano-Sasanian examples. But yeah, really, really beautiful style, I would say. And yeah, fantastic. Let's see, here is Rhodes. As I mentioned, this is the last of the Rhodes. We have one of the, what's just termed Prince A. I think that there's limited information about this type, but it's got a magnificent, again, almost anchor style look to it. AC 2323. Let me try to pull that while we're in the background. It's a nice Pamphylian stater, I believe. This one's going to be $37. We can try. So we have the taller Texas Scooter asked for 8009. What is that coin? Oh, it's a great Hoard provenance. Very nice level of detail there. Silver Siliqua. And then we'll do the stator. This one I don't have a pamphlet and everything for. It's really pretty. I'm going to ask a lot for it, just so you know. $189. I paid, I think, actually, what did I pay? If I can bring it down, I will. Okay, I paid $134.16 for it. With this being a Hoard coin, I'm going to keep it as is, so I'm going to try to make like $35. I think that the value's there. When you take a look at it, these were discovered in a field in Colcork, registered with the British, the British Museum. Which rupee, Country Sunshine? I'd love to go run that one. We have a couple more, not tons, but a couple more on the Colcork Hoard. I think there's 2 left in my inventory. I think that they're both priced pretty reasonably. So Siliqui are interesting because they would have been a lot tougher to get in the late Roman Empire. They had a ton of issues with their currency. Here we have an Arcadius example. Hey, what's going on? I owe you a call. Beautiful type. I think it's a solid price. Really glad that I could get that. David is a fantastic guy. And then the last of these, AD 8007. I think the flan is pretty solid, though it bends a little bit, so I can offer it a little haircut to the prior. This is the last of these in my possession, 149. Again, this is a Honorius example. Yeah, no, I thought that they're all pretty solidly priced. I was really pleased that I picked them up. And I'll hang on to this one for the time being. But I definitely owe David a call tomorrow. I had a very nice rest yesterday. This one's a Pamphylian slinger stater. Wrestlers are pretty weak on this profile, but I'm asking 179. Again, pretty weak wrestlers on this side, but you can see them grappling. The slinger is pretty solid. You can see real nice tri-scully. I love the irregular flan here. Do I have more Shipwreck stuff? Fairly limited. I sold most of what I do have in stock at the moment. But why don't we run? People are asking for some of the Philippine stuff. Here is the ICG Mughal Shipwreck Sea Salvage coin. 199 would be my ask on this one. This is going to be Sea Salvage. Very, very solid. The ones in NGC holders I've sold at around 389. I don't know why there's such a difference. But that's where I was able to sell out of them. So that one will go to Richard. Nice win. We've got, this one is from the Taisei auction, again, purchased in 1994 by a Belgian collector. This is probably the nicest of these Ban Liangs that I pulled inadvertently. Very good point. I'll run that next one. And as a sorry, I'll do it for $1 start. Mint Matters in the lead on this. Then we can move on to some of the Jin Dynasty. That one, nice win for Jin Shou. We'll run this. And then again, there's that whole new mixed group that I got in that I'm really excited about. This one, again, it's in amount, but I wish it wasn't because it's really good condition. It's also silver, so there's going to be a substantial silver value in this guy already. Jeremiah Calhoun Senior. Let's see. Yep, there are some pre-bids. That one is pretty pricey as well. It's going to fall into that category of being recorded with the British Museum. I've sold through the ones. This one in the 70s, I think, is fantastic. Melt the small part off. I'll leave that up to Meaning of 8. That will be a decision for them. Let's see. We've got 2307. Really solid. The pre-bids on here, I'm going to add a 0 and then probably multiply that by another, 50% to get to my start price. So I don't want to mislead anybody. I paid $237.76 for it. I'm going to ask $369. So it's pretty pricey, but Hoard coins, very tough, especially when it's a desirable type like an Augustus Hoard coin. I sold 2 of them from the same Hoard with that same price spread. So would not be shocked if this one goes as well. Beautiful. I think it's Gaius and Lucius Caesar on the reverse. There's Augustus. And fantastic to be able to offer that one. Though, again, that one I'm going to come in with a more retail price on it. It's not a coin that I'm able to easily replace to any extent. As I mentioned, we have some of the Christ's Lifetime. We also have a couple more Widow's Mites. But these ones are also going to be from that Taisei Hong Kong auction 1994. That was where the collector got these. Beautiful style WY 0503. Let me pull that one. Oh, you have a good taste. It's a big time taller. Astro K, what's going on? WY 3101 as well. Nice win for number 1 Bozo. And as I mentioned, there are 2 more of these that I brought today. There's a nice variety of different Chinese cash coins from this fantastic Belgian collection that we can move through with the remainder of our time, but there's obviously also a ton of great stuff that I wanted to pay attention. The owls are like 269, 279, Brian. It's interesting, like at one point I was offering some. I wish I'd met the guy. But really nice guy is offering me 200 wholesale. So all of a sudden, I want to make a couple bucks above that, including fees. And definitely interesting. That one will go to Jinsho, and I think that that's the last of that type on today. Though there's some great Northern Song Dynasty. This one is a pricier one. I paid a touch above 120 bucks. I'll probably ask for 149. So we'll see if that one goes. Just good looking type, nice eye appeal. Bit earlier, 1755, with like that little star by the date or flower or speck in the lead. And then is everything do or die? Pretty much mint. Basically, the way I think about it is on a coin like this where there's a lot of where it's pricier and I think it could really bid up. I often won't, but like on the cash, if I want to offer people, like I feel like if I have a bunch of them, like basically they generally go for lower prices. If I do this, I paid $289.46 for, and so I'm gonna ask let's see, probably like $369, including the whatnot fees there. And so it is not easy to find a 1624 Munster. Let me show the edge. I don't know if that's like what's going on there. Because I feel like some of the flans are irregular as well. Beautiful type here. And yeah, magnificent style. That one is going to probably be the most expensive taller that I offer today. We have some smaller tallers, but the pricing is going to be a little lower just because I paid less for them. So like this type I paid I think $257 for, so this would be $349. I bought two of them. Beautiful 1763 taller, magnificent toning. Pandas I wish I had. Not toning. What do I mean? Like it's got a nice shine to it. I want to correct that comment. A Eine fine mark. Yeah, luster. Yeah. Oh, what's going on, John Doe? Thanks, man. It's great that you're able to catch it. It's always fun to have people be able to stop in. Let's see. We've got some nice beans. We also have some of the Chinese antnose money and then a mix of cash. Though this one all of a sudden is not showing up on me. So let's see. 29. Oh, maybe I didn't upload these. Well, then we got to go with the ones that I did. It's that simple. 13. This one's 7 grams. This is probably like a $37 start. Chunky. Any better on the larger taller? I could probably do like marginally, like $5 or $10, but it's the sort of thing that I also have to look out for. I don't have like a German dealer that's feeding me tallers, if that makes sense. I'll cover any number of like auctions or smaller dealers that will text me stuff when they get it in. And so it's not like I have a super reliable, like, hey, I can buy more of these at any point. This one, a little nicer than the last, I would say. We'll do it for $2 more. It has a very clear stamp character on there. Getting tough. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Boardwalk. So again, I don't know. It's also the sort of thing where I end up generally going for a little higher margin when I'm doing the whole importing. I've been really lucky. A couple of my shipments that I thought would have gotten tariff that went through FedEx, did not, which was awesome. And they often have like a 3-week catch up, but I got the fee. But it was just a brokerage fee. Like on this great part of that was this great Belgian collection with nice provenance back to the 90s. Yeah, it was magnificent. This is I'll show off some of the coins, and the funny thing is, Chinese coins, it was especially lucky because the tariffs can be crazy on those. This one would have been sold in Elson, auction 68, lot 986 from 2001. So very interesting. Yeah, Texas. I've paid a lot to them. from some of that. So I I still would love a refund on those. I'm out in the 5 figures on tariffs, which is frustrating because I want to know if I should be paying them or not. Here's the other one. There's a couple different rulers here, the Gen Sung though, but it is what it is. I find DHL is a little more reliable in terms of accurately, charging me the brokerage fee, but then not following up on the tariffs. Yeah, I mean the only thing is I've heard you don't want to be bringing coins. There's different like laws in terms of customs and stuff. It's probably smarter not to just bring them in your pocket or something. Um, yeah, exactly. So I find it's best, you probably want to go through official channels with the big auction house like that. Because, you know, and I'm no expert on that kind of thing, but that's just what I've been told by other dealers. So here is 002. We're going to go $32. And then again, I know there's tons of requests I probably am forgetting about / haven't gotten to, but these guys were hot earlier. This is interesting. So this is Hasmonean Kings, which Alexander Janaeus, who we sold some of earlier and we can sell again, would have been one of those. But it's a different style, often with inscriptions on the reverse, and they're a little more of a generic identification. But I think often, I would say I see these in a little bit nicer of shape than I see some of the other ones. Like there, you can see tons of Judean lettering. Graded from Emperor Julian. I think I had one that I sold last week. Um, uh, I don't think I have it. Let me look in my inventory really quickly here. I'm looking in like because I keep all my coins. There might be some that I would have that are still at grading. I'm just looking up Julian in my big sheet. It doesn't look like I have any even in my inventory. Here's a really solid Pruta. But I would be surprised if there's not at least one at NGC right now. Let me make a note of that in my personal notes. It could be a long time though, because I have stuff at NGC that hasn't moved for 12, 13 months. But I'll reach out, and it would not be too expensive of a type. The Pergamum Diable, sure. Let's check it out. Beautiful Pruta there. This one, these are actually pretty. That's a nice pick. I probably would try this one for like $59. AG, I think that there's a good bit of room. I was gonna say like, I don't think that one's too crazy. Yeah, Adrian, that is pretty consistent with I think what you should expect. This next stater that was requested is a pricey one. So people have, I think, good taste for exciting types here. Oh, the 5 Frenchie. I'll have to ask. What do you think this would be worth retail? Like, I think I paid about 120 something bucks for it from Europe. And then this one, talk about a customs nightmare. There were a couple Russian coins in here, and they rejected it. FedEx wanted me to get like an importer's bond. Yeah, I paid 126 bucks. I was probably going to ask like 179 for it. And so I had to send it back. It cost like 300 or 400 bucks of an error on that front. Terrible headache. Oh man, 300-ish. Okay. Well, let me make sure that there's, I'll show it off all clearly in case there's anything, but I think it's a pretty decent looking coin. Let's see. All right, that one will go. MGL. We'll see what this one is. A nice old stater. This one, I think it's like $239. I don't get these too often. It's pretty good looking. Nice. Okay, I'm glad that you got it. The owls in the 200s for sure. Multiverse, Mike. Let me pull those. They're not like extremely nice, if that makes sense, but they're also pretty decent. I sold a bunch of the ones to this guy who's buying like infinite for $200 wholesale before realizing that I was kind of underselling them. Nice win for Barry on that one. So yeah, this one, it's got like a little mark, but the detail in the owl itself is pretty solid. So we're kind of sticking at that $269 price. Here's the Athena, and then here is the owl. It's not an AOE, it's a T theta E, as these would have been Athenian owls. But like this is kind of the approximate condition that we're working with on those guys. So I've got about 10 of them in my inventory at the moment. Let's see. I know there's been some requests that I've... Oh, well, we haven't done any from the new... There were 2 new buys that I had stayed up late to inventory and postponed this show for. Why don't we do a dollar start on this guy? This is going to be silver from King Sigismund the First, a silver Parvis coin from 1387 to 1437. Really cool. The Almohad, yes, Almohad is going to be part of this. There's Jay Burns. And I have, I believe, Turn and Burn. I've got English Civil War stuff. I don't know if that's what you're asking about. And we'll start these. I don't want to go too high to start because I like there to be some bidding action. We'll start them at $14. I've got 4 total more that I'll be offering today. Very fun. And the Netherlands, yes. Let me find that coin. 2.5 golden, sword and scabbard. It's fun. It's from a collection that I helped broker. That was formed by a Vermont doctor from 1952 and back. The crazy thing is his widow sold the first box of 3 boxes to a local coin dealer for $800. I helped broker the other 2, which often went through like heritage auctions, and we got them about $200,000. So reversal of fortune, also a reason that you want to try with, sell coins with somebody that's at least gonna treat you pretty well, because if I ever did auctions, like I'm going to charge somebody, maybe they would get 70-75% of what the whatnot hammer is, but that's a whole lot different from getting 1% and getting your cash up front. Oh, World Trade Center vault coins. I think I've got one that I might give away. Here's the last one that I'm going to have in today's show. Let's see. This one has a particularly large cross there, which is awesome. There's the reverse. Indian and Chinese coins, yes. I've got a ton of them. I think you're going to love this stream if you hang around a little bit. I have a couple of immediate requests, but we have what Indian... I actually got some incredibly cool ones just in for today. Some fairly scarce types. This is a silver square dirham of Islamic Spain, the Almohad dynasty. Paid 22 a pop for these, so I'm trying to get 29, a little bit worn, but still I think pretty exciting. This one's really well struck. Shekels I don't have. Alexander the Great don't have, or I'm running low on. There's, I think, and similarly I bought 5 total of these Islamic Spain types. I have a couple more of the Hungarian that I can try to bring back next show. Raslumi is going to win that one. Let's see. Here's the next one, which is going to be very solid. You can see, it's interesting too, as long as I think it's Al-Andalus. So it's interesting how Spain, just has a lot of that influence from the conquests that would have been, I want to say, as early as like the 700s AD. I would love somebody to fact check me, and I'm not exactly sure when Islamic influence would have been expelled, but I would guess it was something around like 1300. I visited the Alhambra as a child. Beautiful construction, but there's a lot of that Islamic influence. I believe it was converted to a mosque at some point. But we'll do, let's see. There's also some very interesting Manila bracelet money. Not something that you see every day. West African style, no sudden death. Yeah, there is Arabic written on there, exactly. These would have been an interesting type of proto-money. And yeah, again, not something that you see every day. I bought the dealer out of the 15 that he had. And yeah, really, really interesting. $25 for UCD. I think that might be the one that we run for tonight. Really good win on that front. Congrats. Let me just put this one. This one doesn't fit so easily into a flip, so you gotta get it in a little baggie. Running the coin. Yeah, I can. Why don't I make sure that I run the two Almohad caliphates? Then we have a couple of other interesting Islamic, Indian, and Chinese, Central Asian across. This is a different coin than the one that I just offered, but you can see the script very clearly there. There's also a couple of other interesting Islamic types that I prepared of the Abbasids. Oracle of Delphi. You're looking for Chinese coins? Sure. I would absolutely run one. Why don't we try... There were a couple that I had on the table here. No, those may be Vietnamese. These are going to be from the old Belgian collection. Just fascinating. These are going to be, this is Shensung. These aren't like super expensive or pricey, but the older provenance to Taisei auction is interesting and is pretty decent eye appeal, I would say. The Chaoan, yes, that's what I really wanted to show off, that I thought people were going to love. Those are going to start like in the 30s, but they're some of the coolest, you know, they're extremely cool, ancient or like medieval Indian types. So I think people will recognize that as soon as I offer them, that they're pretty sweet. I think I brought 5 of them ish today. Yeah, there they are. That one is going to go to number 1 Bozo. We'll do one more of these Chinese coins. This one is going to be Shei Tsung, which is the ruler after. The Netherlands ones that was requested, yep, that's still down there. I promise that I will get to it. I do want to run the Chawan though, because that's like a type that I'm extremely excited to offer. Mint Matters in the lead, and R-Spec, yes, there's some cool Dutch Jettons. I think these ones could bid up, but we'll keep it quick. Isn't that a sweet, like, prancing lion on the front there? Extremely cool Chawan dynasty of Jaitra Simha. There's the reverse. Super, super sweet. And that one will actually stay at $40. Nice outcome. I'll offer. This one's really well struck, but all are going to be at that 34 price that I mentioned. Beautiful. Beautiful coins. Astro K in the lead. Super, super sweet. The Victoria 1 crown. Is that in the BCA category? Because I thought I was out of those. And these would have been hailing from about 1275 AD. Fantastic type right here. BCA 004. And that one actually won't go. Okay. No problem at all. I have to make sure I'm bringing the heat, as they say. Here's a super cool, we'll dollar start this one. Emirs of Kunduz. This is going to be like ancient or like medieval Afghan. There's a stag on this one. These were remarked to 2 dinar valuations. These would have been struck between 1497 and 1505. And that one will be a slight loss, which is totally fine. I have, I think, at least one more. You can see some of the interesting script on the reverse. We probably want to start this for about $14. From Greenland, no, but I'm always looking for them. They're really, really cool. And fairly limited. There you can see a bunch of the script quite clearly, a bit cruder of strikes. There's a stag. Actually, you can see its tail and everything. And then here are some of the other Islamic types. Fairly good eye appeal. This is Harun al-Rashid from the turn of the... Oh, no, not 159. Don't bid on this. I'm going to start this for 19 and hope that it bids in 20s. Do not bid on this. Don't bid on this. Don't bid on this. Don't bid on this. Sorry. Spanish Shipwreck. I'll try to have some by next weekend. That's what I can promise on that front. But I don't have any right now. $19 I think is a much better place to buy one of these guys if it stays that low. Qing Dynasty, let me see what... I don't know that I have any Qing Dynasty types, which frustrates me, obviously. I can look for them. If you give me like a month, I can probably get some. Maybe sooner than that. But I don't have tons of them in my inventory right now. This one has nice luster. This one is from Madinat al-Salam as the mint. 2 sen though. I don't think I have 2 sen. I think I should have a couple of 2. I have 2 shu, or not 2 shu. I have 1 shu and 1 bu coins. This is nice because it has a specific Hijri calendar year, and it's in a little better shape than the prior. Fairly well struck up type. This one would have been Hijri calendar year 192. We have a couple others where we were able to, Gabe basically discerned, and I think it's a good example of I try to start at prices that can bid considerably up. This is going to be 193. It's uncommon to put together a date set, though I do know of some collectors that seek to accomplish that. Liam is going to snag that one. And I think that there are 4 total other ones. There's also some other rare types we have, as I mentioned, Uzbek, coins of the Arab Shahid dynasty. This one has great luster, 191. A Hashwi. Let's see if you can bid on this one. It is sudden death, so it's going to be done at the very sharp. Jinx Canada, I think $27. That's a good price. This next one, I think, is technically fairly solid, but I could see it going for closer to $19. It just got a little bit of discoloration, but all the important detail certainly there. This one is 191. This is also of Harun al-Rashid in the Islamic Golden Era. Hurricane Bay, Blue Ghost, Jinx. And I believe we have 2 more of these left in tonight's sale. This one is going to be... Both of these are AH Hijri calendar year 191. Nice coins. And so, trying to think. And I know I had mentioned some of the Indian types. Blue Ghost, Forbidden Kiss will win that one. Yes, we can do some of the Byzantine ones. Congrats on your first purchase. Those are going to be, I believe, $14. They're cool because they're Alexandria mint. So they're part of the Byzantine Empire, but also struck in modern-day Egypt. And so they're also the only of their denomination. I don't know if that makes sense. So, like, in the rest of the Roman Empire, it's unclear why they would come up and make coins that had the denomination of 12. And maybe we'll aptly name it doesn't leave much on it for me, but we'll start for $12 because it's 12 numi, $1 per numi of Heraclius, and you can see that very clearly on the reverse. I for 10, B for 2, ALE, Alexandria Mint, Heraclius, and Heraclius Constantine, Byzantine 12 numi. We'll do one more. This one actually has very nice portraits. I'm going to keep the same 12, but should go a good number up from there. I think, with that nice of a strike. This one's got to be one of the best I've had. There you can see it. I don't think that I did. Jinx Canada. Let's see. Here is, and I brought. Okay, dang, this one's sharp too. Again, not raising the prices on these. Very sharp. Oh, that's interesting. I guess that's ALE. I'm not sure. You can see on the obverse fairly clearly. Celtic, we have some. We also have some really nice new Parthian, or not Parthian, Persian of Peroz. I paid 42 a pop for them, and so I'm going to ask 49. But they're really nice eye appeal. This one, very clear cross above his head, and then some of the lettering on the side, which is going to, I believe, say Hera. And then the back of it, Qing Dynasty. I don't think I have that today, but I'm going to look. I'm going to talk to my friends who buy and sell and often have more of that kind of material and see what I can do for you. We can run some of the coins. That has a very nice obverse. He's looking right at us. I think his sun is off to the side. That one will go to meaning, no problem. And then, but we can run a couple here. But I wanted to get some of the nice, really nice quality Paras coins. They're good looking. Again, I paid 42 a piece for them. I guess a little more than that if you factor in shipping. At this rate, I'd make like $3, so maybe I should raise the price a little bit, but they're very, very nice looking, and it's an earlier Sasanian type. So I think that, it's not going to have a problem, I don't think, ranging up from that start. I mean, again, fantastic style in the face on this one. That one will go to Last Druid, and we will continue with the Paras coins. Very, very nice obverse style. Looks like a range. I think often the mint marks are going to be found on the back there. Dutch coins. Yes, we've got the Dutch right there. We've also got, let me see, WX. And there are some Celtic ones. So whoever asked for Celtic, please continue to mention. Nice win for Oracle. We will run the remaining of these. I mean, these are in nice shape. $49, I think, is a price where they'll bid solidly higher. John, yeah, I mean, I try to, do a lot of them in succession, and my goal is to always basically, if I can pack all of them at the same time. I have to charge a lot more when I put something on eBay. I have 2 full-time employees who are the best guys in the world, but we just have to, to pay them and to pay them fairly. I have to charge more when we're asking on eBay because it's not nearly as efficient as offering them here. So that's what ends up happening. No pandas. We generally specialize, I would say, in all types of ancient coins and world coins. We have probably a little more world than ancient, but we do all the above. This is the last one of this type that I brought for today. I also have in a type that is absolutely awesome. I'm asking $29 for them. We try to move a good amount, but then also not have the prices be crazy high. But we're trying to make a healthy profit on them. These are Sebastião the First armillary sphere type tin dineros from Portuguese Malacca. Crazy type. This one's a little tougher. There's a couple. It's rare that I raise the start price, but in some examples, the first 2 I'll run here are going to be a little bit more affordable, I would say, than the other ones do command, I think, a solid premium above there. $29 on these ones. You can see this one actually has pretty good detail, but I think it's going to only get crazier from here. Probably the next few will be above this. But again, Sebastião the First, Portuguese Malaccan types. Nova Scotia non-Canadian. There's got to be at least like one of those in my inventory somewhere, but I don't think I prepped any specifically for today's show. Then here we're going to do 36 for the remaining 3. This one you can even see the B very clearly there, or whatever that letter or character is supposed to be. Again, super interesting. 1557, mid 1500s Portuguese types. Um, really curious. Baffy. Yeah, I'm teasing everybody with a Dutch coin there. I apologize. Man, this one, talk about the armillary sphere. It's got like a nice chunky feel in your hand. Um, this one is a exceptional condition. Beautiful, even feathers in the arrows and everything. That one, really, really nice. Fantastic type. Philippe. Number one Bozo, going to land that. And then we've got one more here. Let's try 36 as the last of these that I'm bringing today. That also is just in good condition. Really beautiful. AD 20. Yeah, we have to do the sword and sheath. I mean, at this stage, let me see. What is this? Let's see. Nice win for Baffy. Ducaton's Silver Rider. I don't think I've got any of those, but I'll try to get some more in terms of the Shipwreck. Let's see. Why is this not updating? I'm getting a little frustrated. Sorry, I don't want to sound like I'm all frustrated, but this should be 1196. This one's got to be maybe 89 bucks. I don't think that that's too high. Nice old collection from a Vermont doctor. France, silver francs, I don't have too many of. This is a good coin. Should be a little higher, I think. I do sometimes start things for a little silly on the low end side. We also have a couple more rarer to find types. We have some interesting, like, post Genghis Khan Mongol coins, or like coins that were of. My sister is a AP history teacher in Virginia, and she asked me, and we couldn't get it either. So now I believe it's, basically I paid 18 on these, so I'm going to start them for 24 bucks. But they're very nice eye appeal. Ilkhanate, these are Abu Said 2 Durham types. Fantastic script. Southeast Asian coins is what you're looking for. Is that what you're looking for, Oracle? And so these are going to be one of the 4 that would have come out of the Mongol breakup. I think it would have been the Ilkhanate. I want to say there was the Timurids, which I don't think I have any coins of in right now. Then there was a Chinese, I think it was Ming Dynasty China. This one's really well centered. Byzantine, we've sold some of. There should be at least one Byzantine coin. I'm not exactly sure what we've got. But yeah, this one's really well centered. I think is going to be a good candidate. I might not have any nicer. Let's see, though. And then there's going to be the Golden Hoard. And what is it? So it's Golden Horde, Ilkhanate, Timurids, and Ming. Is that right? Now, I may have forgotten by this point either, but it was fun, and it was like history teacher, sister, coin collector, brother. These are going to be from the Shabankara Mint. I'm actually not sure where that is. I'm going to give 20 seconds on this one so I can look up where Shabankara is. I think it's in Afghanistan somewhere. Oh, actually, maybe it's Persian. Interesting. But yeah, we definitely have some Byzantine. Fantastic style on the front of this. And then let's do the last one. And then we also have some that are really cool. They're the first time that Crimea is referenced on a coin. And those are going to be of Toktamish. Here is going to be the last of these. Ilkhanate. And this one's in good shape as well. Let me look up where AE 44-041 is going to be. Okay, those are going to be nice. They'll start for like 19 bucks, which I think will make them fairly competitive. Those were the 5 that I have of those type. These are going to be from Crimea. So these are going to be Toktamish. I believe the dealer that sold them to me told me that was like the first time that you see Crimea specifically mentioned on a coin. Utrecht Full Sail, I don't think I have. These, again, are going to be golden Hoard coins of the cream mint. Really cool. Scottish I don't have much of. Whenever I get them in, they go quick. We can run maybe one more of these, and we'll think about, I don't want to have stuff if people don't love them, but they're very interesting. And somebody had talked about WX16. Let me go find that while I can, if I can. It's maybe, I don't think I am seeing that one. Jinxcana Wana Shamakara. Well, those, I think I have a couple more of them, but not tonight. Will be exercise in patience. Let's try, here are some of the nicer of this group that I bought of these cool, like, bronze Candy King's Chola Empire Masa, about 1,000 years old. There's the stylized human super clear on the front of it. And then on the reverse, you have a stylized human that appears to be sitting. 10 to 11th century AD. Really, really interesting. Jinx Canada going to win the first one at 16. Why don't we run these at, like, the last one that we got was a little nicer than this one. We'll start at like $9. Should be able to find bids there for I think we have 4 of them in today's sale. They're cool. WX, I was looking for our spec. I'm really frustrated because I'm not seeing it right in front of it. It's obviously a coin that I want to sell you, because I have tons of fun doing this, but I also want to make a profit. And so I'm very incentivized to have it when somebody asks for it. Here's another one, really cool. This one's got kind of a funny shaped flan. You can see the person sitting there quite clearly as well, which is nice. That one will go to Astro K. Gallianus, I'll check if I have that one, but I'm frustrated that I don't see this coin that is being requested by our spec. Our spec, anything else that you'd like? I feel like when I can't find something for somebody, I'm going to make a effort to get them a priority request on the next thing they want. WY2606, and then the AC coin. Let's see, 2606. Oh, that one's cool. Unfortunately, has been impaired, if I am remembering the coin right. Let's see, WY2606. Because there's the marks on the back. I'm not going to ask a huge premium. I paid $168.30 for it. Let's try $209. It's the sort of thing that doesn't come along every day. I'm going to start with the bids on this side so you can see. I thought that was still pretty cool, though. I mean, it is a 1613 taller. And there are 8 brothers. John Ernst the First and his 7 brothers. I'm guessing that it was like a button, maybe? That was my thought. Really, really cool. The belt, yeah. I think belt actually might be the right answer on that one. Only been a handful of coins that have not gone today. Let's try this. 2 of the 3 sold. These are going to be Chawan Jaiprasima silver drams from medieval India with these beautiful lions on the front of them. Extremely cool. Chunky Indian silver with a very nice ink-use reverse. Not a common type to be able to find. Astro K. And then, let's see, do we have any more? Looks like there are. Here's one that didn't go at 34 when I offered it prior. Oh, that's totally my bad. I forgot, because I know I had looked for it at one point. Is this it? You said 54? Yeah. Maybe we'll dollar start it. But again, very clear lion. And next up, we've got 1889. I'll just close. Should I actually close my eyes or not? The thing is, I can't. Dollar start. Silver denarius, Liam. We got some great silver denarii. Why don't we try to grab them? 1889, UK, Queen Victoria crowns. We've got some great Kashan types. And I'm trying to remember. I think I have a couple Sasanian drams coming in of different rulers than Paras. I wish I could have run the Paras metal for crowns. I don't know. That one was definitely over melt. But these coins are fantastic looking. The eye appeal is really beautiful. So let's see. This would be like a $39 start. I'll make about $7 at that level. Just super nice detail is what I really like about these. We have some of the Aspa Varmitets as well that are going to be a little pricier. These are cheaper with being able to buy the no grade versions as well. That one will go to Tiffany. Tiffany, you missed some great. I bought them out of the LMAS. They had 6 more left, and they all sold pretty quickly. And we've got those, but we have the Tets for you soon. That one has great eye appeal, I think. Trajan Sestertius NGC. Let's pull it. I've got it. Maybe we'll run those after these Kashan coins. There's also a couple mites that we can throw in the mix as we go through them. The mites that I have are really nice eye appeal. It's crazy. I wholesaled a couple too many of the mites, and we're now down to like 20 total in NGC holders with us. And I don't want to mislead anybody. We have a ton of them at NGC, but I love NGC. Sometimes the turnaround time is fantastic. Other times it's like medium. So, we are anticipating that shipment of mites eagerly. But we'll be pleased when we get there. We've got a couple nice. Okay, that one is great looking. Again, Aspa Varmitets, I think these are a little possibly more common. Soter Magus is, I believe that means great savior. And again, the eye appeal on these is like next level. I thought that these were a great deal when I was able to buy them. I bought every one that they had. Shannon going to win that one. Then we've got this Soter Magus type. This is the last of today's sale on the Soter Magus front. I want to find... We also have some beautiful Epphig Hoard coins, which I would be very pleased to find. That one's going to go to Blue Ghost. These guys I have to charge a bit more for. They've got the subgrade on there, but they're beautiful. I mean, really good. In the Name of Azes, the Indo-Scythian ruler, we sold 7 of these in the last show with a 59 start, most bidding up. Billin Tetradram, the king on the horse there. And a great reverse as well. Really nice for the type. Definitely a good coin. Oracle of Delphi. Congratulations. Indo-Scythians, they would have been like nomadic peoples. This one we can take maybe, $2 off or something. Maybe it doesn't have as strong, but the reverse is really good. And Astro K, are those the Soviet ones? I think I pulled those for you. I had made that note, and so I was pleased I got it ready. Again, 20 to 46 AD. Bill and Tetradram. Pretty crazy type there. Here we have 177. We'll do the last of these. This one's pretty nice. It's actually not. It's Billin. It says AE on there, but very good looking horse on this one. And then not quite luster, but like a nice patina on the reverse. That one will go to Chris. John Doe, that's funny. Yeah, I'm always proud. We might do eBay Live eventually. We'll see. Why don't we dollar start this one? This one should bid up though. The reverse is pretty worn. You can still see somebody with the outstretched hand and a staff, but super, super cool. Trajan Sestertius. Trajan's one of the 5 good emperors, as they say. And Ahashwi, what are you interested in seeing? Oh, and then Astro K. I need to get the. I pulled those specially for you, so now I'm gonna try and run them. Yeah, I mean maybe there's a market where I could go over to eBay Live and try it with some of them. Oh yeah, we've got tons of great Islamic coins. Do you need there to be Islamic script on the coins? Like, do you have a sense for what emperors you're looking for? We have some interesting like some Jire Khans, Mengli Jire. Because there's obviously some level of, I guess, Islamic influence even in what's modern day Russia to a good extent. We'll do dollar start on these. Nice hammer and pictorial dirhams. We have a couple, but not with us today. Those have gotten really pricey, but they're some of the coolest types out there. We'll do a couple more of these sudden death. We have a couple of. This is like right after the. This is RSFSR. The Philistea, I need to take that one down, MD. I apologize, but let me know for a priority ask. That one, it's pretty rare and good, and it's gonna head to grading. Let me just take that one out. It's like frustrating, but on some of the coins where it's like, could I make a little bit of money if I sold this? Sure. Republic A Anonymous, let's do that. What's crab over there? Here are some of the 20 Copics. And let me just pull the Republican AE. What I probably should not have done would have been... Oh, well, here's some of them. Okay, after 211 BC. I think there's 4 that I've just pulled. I'm going to run the... I think that there's a handful of these left. I'm going to run through them. It should be about a minute, Tiffany. And we will be right there. Jettons, yeah, we have great Jettons. We got a bunch that I inventoried a long time ago and just found today when I was prepping for the show. So I will... And Astro, I'll look out. I think Isaiah mentioned maybe there was something about an email or something to treasure. I run evening shows. This week is kind of crazy. I might try to run them like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like to do an insane amount just to test it. One of my friends is in town, and so he might be able to just help me fulfill a bunch. Sounds good, Michelle. Let me grab those. Yeah, cutthroat setting. This is the sort of thing where I've got a good number of them, and so I just want to make sure. I know I can show everybody more of the coins they want if we do the sudden death. And then here's for this evening. I'll try to bring back some more in the future. This one's cool. It's a little later, 1930. 20 Copex. Might have been a little hit and scratched up there, but still at 50% silver. WB coins sounds good. I also got those special for today's show. They're now, those are going to be high price. Those are going to be very high price. Next up, we've got some of the Roman Republic 071. And this thing's a big time coin. We'll try this one at $69. No sudden death. It's got a worn reverse, but this beautiful... There's the prow of a galley. This beautiful Janiform head. I mean, this thing is huge. It says an ass is the denomination, but significantly large. And so, yes, we will do some of the medieval Baltics, Serbia, Bulgaria. Yeah, we're about to run some... I think somebody just requested like some of the Ivan Alexander types. I know there's some Jettons that need to come on deck and alive as well. There's one of the Bulgarian Christ types still to do also. But we have a mix of better, like this one's really sharp. A nice quadrans. We'll run at $65 start. Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull some of the Japanese Boo right now so that I have them ready. Actually, I don't know. It's been a little while since I've run them. Can you tell me what the skew on those is going to be? Is it W11? Struggling to... I think it might be. Tiffany going to win that one. Here, this one, 81. It's not quite as stately as the prior. We'll try it at a 59 start. but has a very clear prow and everything. Large ask denomination. Perfect. All right, I'll get those boo rocking. And then last but not least, we'll have a Semis. This one would be a 55 start. I think it could bid up from there, but we'll just run it at 55 and see what happens. You can see the Roma really clearly below. There's a very clear prow of a galley. And then we'll try the one Bulgarian type that I've got, which has Christ's portrait, and then we have some more expensive ones. I had promised some of the Grosso and the Bulgarian before then. Oh, and then the 47, which those are going to be the Illyrian drams, which I think is modern day. Like, it's not just modern day Albania, but it includes modern day Albania, which is kind of fun. We've got Jesus on the front of this coin. Ivan Alexander on the reverse. This is Bulgarian Empire. There's Jesus, and then here is Ivan Alexander and Mikhail. And then, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like the shipping, I'm curious. I sometimes have been like, oh, maybe I should do free shipping, but I don't know if it would actually translate to more expensive. I don't know if that would be good for me or not, if that makes sense. That one is going to go. We have a couple of these. These are not in like insanely nice shape. And we do have, I'm thinking actually there's some really nice Indian, some Mughal types. 44 bucks. This is Zenon 3rd to 1st century BC. You have the cow and suckling calf. And then this one has like a little eagle mark above it as well. Really interesting. Danny collects. Gonna snag that one. This one looks like a different, so they all have different magistrates. And so this one has meniscos above with a great little eagle there. Free shipping for a first-time buyer. Oh, that's kind of a fun idea. Can you DM that, Smallwood? We'll try to put that one in. I never thought of that, but that feels like a good way to get the ball rolling. And then the other thing is, and sometimes I'll like negotiate, but I always end up giving maybe 50 to 100 bucks in like free discount credit, like the rewards program. I think that's a fun way to do it because I'm not the most likely to just like accept like, oh, can we take off a little bit for this coin? I try to price it at a range where you have some stuff that doesn't go, but it's also not. Like my goal is not to price everything so that I can come down on it and then make people think that they get a good deal just because I'm taking off a bit. Nice looking Boo. The Boo have really gone up. For a while, I was like, Boo were, there's some, they're not like huge silver percent coins, but yes, sounds good. R spec. I'll bring it out. On those, I think I paid $259. So I'm probably looking for like $349 or something, $359, maybe $349. Let me tell you, I paid $257.30 all in on those guys. Here, this is going to be 13. And then we'll do 12. Yeah, and we'll get to those Jettons as well. I don't want to ignore those. Same thing with like the Akbar Mughal rupees. For a while, I could buy them cheap, but now there's like 14 bucks of silver in them, so I just paid 16 for a group of them. Oracle of Delphi, gonna win that one. But we'll maybe go through the Boo that I have. I don't know how many exactly I brought today. Maybe we won't do every single one right now, but we'll do a couple more. And then once we're through some of those, we can pivot. Pacific Stacker, gonna win that one. Here we've got, again, and I think that this price landing well above 34 is where they should be, but I'll still bring them out. That's something I try to do unless it's like egregious, especially with the sudden death. I bought these when silver was a lot cheaper, so then I can afford to run them for cheaper, kind of. That's how I would think about it. We also have some great bean money as a heads up. Hurricane Bay. Gonna snag that one. I am gonna cut this down to 15 seconds, just because I want to make sure. Oh, the TT stickers. That's funny. I still have some, but they're my old logo. I don't want to promise them, but I can try to send them out. They're like in my closet. Let's see, $34. Any Alexander we have some Alexander the Great era. Well, one thing that's really cool, we have the Persians, so Achaemenid Empire. We have some of their silver, which is who Alexander. That's why he's the Great, is because he took down the Persians. Alexander the Great himself, we have some of those coins, but they're not in my inventory, ready to sell. They're mostly at grading, though I do have a couple of them. So maybe we can. It would take me a little bit to get to them. But they're not. But I should have a couple. I think I have some Alexander the Great style. I have one tetradrachm that's actually, it's got some problems with it, like it's kind of chipped or something like that. And so it's cheaper than I think any Alexander tetradrachm that you could buy here in the States. But again, it has a couple of those issues. If you'd be interested, and it looks like there's 2 more Boo from this WY11. And the last one is going to be in a little bit more worn shape. So that one will go to Pacific, it looks like. And then last but not least, we've got this guy. Nice Tokugawa Shogunate Boo. I'm just looking around at what, I think there was a request on the big taller, so I'll get to that one. And then there's also the Grosso. And then there was some other types. Oh, the 50 sen mint matters. Yes, I'm open to running the 50 sen as well. That was what I was thinking of. We will get there. I don't want to promise it immediately. Here is 02. This would be 349. No sudden death. Nice shine to it. 1763 taler. The free imperial city of Nuremberg. Reminds me of like a super chunky Jetton or something like that. And then let's find, yeah, there's the Persian. So we don't have Alexander the Great. I also had gotten requests on this AB 151. Maybe I didn't upload that coin. It doesn't look like it, but I did upload 50. It's probably like a $59 coin. A silver Grosso, no sudden death. The price on these has definitely gone up. I used to sell them for like $39, but in terms of what they're now trading for, it's crazy how the market has moved. WB coin. There's a clear portrait of Christ on the front. Nice win. The UK. Can you tell me what the skew on that is? And these all have like pretty well centered portraits of Christ on them as well. The Cloud Dragon dollar. Man, what are we referring to with that one? I want to make sure I can find it for you. Might be able to do the last of these. There's also one dolphin money coin that I've got. Nice Christ Grosso there. This one has a slightly tougher portrait of Christ, so we can come down to 55 on it. I think that they're dead. Any Oregon Trail? No, I sold that last auction. BCA 10112. This one should be popular. And then we'll do some of the Achaemenid types. Let's see, this is going to be dollar start. This thing is big. Let's see where it lands. Big time Victoria. I can't tell. I think it's the 60th anniversary medal. Really cool. Definitely well struck. And we have some Achaemenid types. We got a lot of good graded coins as well. Jesse Tay in the lead. Wondering if we have some of the nice denarii too. Don't have tons of them. We've got a couple. I know people had requested that earlier, but yeah, the Achaemenid is not something that I particularly have in the same quantity. These are going to be Alexander the Great time, 5th to 4th century BC, but on the Persian side. Very nice. Not surprised to see these right from the rip. Head north. I've got a couple more, though we might also offer a couple of the late Byzantine, because I know that that was requested, and the Byzantine that I have is often a little tougher to find stuff. Very nice Sigloy here. Congrats. Here's a manual to Tartarin. This one is going to be, let's see, where is the EG0463? There it is. This is going to be like late Byzantine. So obviously that spans from, in numismatic terms, like 490s to, this is, oh, I forgot it was this type. Really cool cross on the reverse. Yeah, oh, I forgot about the Jettons. So I just forgot about them. Really, really solid example here. And maybe that doesn't go, but slightly surprised. Whoa, this one's nice. All right, let me run through the Siglos, and then we'll try those Jettons. They're really cool. If you caught a peek of that, I think you'll be excited about it. Oh, and maybe I do have a pictorial type. Let me see. Sudden death on this guy. We'll do sudden death on the Sigloy from here on out. Beautiful Persian ruler with the crown helmet. You have the holding a bow in his hand. This would have circulated across vast swaths of the ancient world. As some of the Alexander the Great period silver, 5th to 4th century BC, as I mentioned. Let's see, this one, again, 64, I think that leaves some good room on there. Really nice portrait. Very solid reverse, too. And then I think we're saving our best for last. This one is not going to have any sudden death. At a 64 start, this one, great detail in the Persian ruler's beard. You can see basically the entirety, and then we'll prep for a little Jetton time. There is a bunch more that we have in terms of graded NGC. We also have a bunch of great bean money. We have a bunch of great porcelain types. So we are kind of just starting here, and we're hoping for a big week ahead. Basically, our take is we just want to get people great coins and, you know, curate that history. Let's see, this one, I'm not going to do anything higher than our normal start. We'll do 5-second extension, but I don't think this one's going to stay at 55. I'll put it that way. Really, really nice marriage of the Dauphin scene. Beautiful style. These ones are good ones, basically. And that's funny, Astro. Yeah, these are, I think that these will attract a wide variety of bidders, if I'm not mistaken. Gen Alpha will be the first one there. And this one, I do kind of want to protect it. So I'm going to be at 79, but we'll do 55 for the next one. Real solid. And then I think we have 17 and 16. Let's see. I think the other one was a touch stronger. There's also maybe the last ancient dolphin in our inventory. Sudden death is on for this bees type, 1731 dated, but likely a little after that. Oh, that's awesome. That might have been better than Jetton money, though. We're probably at our lowest of silver Jettons. I told my guy, I'm like, I'll hit him up after the show, being like, hey, everybody's asking for Jettons. Can you get me some? Jettons, I get so unlucky on, though. I'm consistently tariffed on the Jettons. It seems like the seller is really a nice guy, but I've been unable to seem to get those declared. Kingdom of Macedon. Yeah, we should have some down in Texas. We just got a bunch of Macedonian bronzes in, which is obviously exciting. This is cool. Maria Josepha and a great eagle and nest. A bee swarm, exactly. Yeah, this one is a better, I think a little more exciting, basically. Baffy going to win that. We have a couple of this type, I think. Is this the same? I think so. We'll protect it at 69 just for good respect there. And then we have at least one more of that version too. Copper gens, yeah, we do have some. I think it's WW65 is going to be like the ID or whatever, like the starting ID for those. Let's try, again, 69 bucks start. Super solid. Let's see. How many more gens do we have? Not zero, not... No, we actually have a good mix of them. Gallienus leading. Let's see. 18 is up next. What is that going? Ooh, it's another one of the bees. Should bid high. We'll see. There's, the bee swarm with that great sun up above. Really stands out. Michelle, our spec. Nice win. Here's a 1756 example. I've been protecting these at 69 just because when I started at 55, bid into the 80s, I think they've all been near there. Oh, and maybe we got one more of the bee swarm type too, which is great. Maria Josepha. And I have this great... There's also, it's so fun because there's all these awesome coins that are like coming in the next couple of weeks that I'm just like head over heels excited about. Beautiful right there. And then, yeah, magnificent. Michelle gonna be there. I think, let's see, this one I'm gonna start at that same 69 bucks. I think that's the last of its type. We also have one of the 1770 ones that we'd sold a couple of earlier. Man, these gens always seem to fly. The other type that's been, a couple of the other Islamic ones have been flying. Here's the last of these. It's sad to see my inventory get eviscerated. This one has a really nice, actually, die crack. As they would strike a bunch of these, the dies would wear down. So that's fun to have a die crack on the Judean like that. And then you could see the metal goes away from the other side. None of those shoot. We mostly do numismatic stuff over here. As much as we love some bullion, I certainly own some personally. Oh, these are really cool. Monsieur Morel hand-engraved assiduous honor types. Octagonal Jettons, 1829, Conseil municipal de la ville de Lyon. Yeah, exactly, Smallwood. That's now way less than what I'm paying for them. It's sad how... I'd rather sell the same amount of them and just have them all be cheaper, but it's also good in that I'd be sad if the market turned the other way. This is the last of these, and there's two of a new type that I think concludes our Jeton onslaught for the day. These days it feels good because everybody's doing well in their coins, but the market can turn. This is really cool. Wow. Coltori Oriapoma. This beautiful tree scene on the back. That is a nice Jeton. Magnificent. I love that. What's going on, Lord Draco? That one will go to Gallienus. I think this last one... Oh, it has some interesting things going on in the fields. Only one way to do the last... There might be some other silver Jettons, but this one will be $1 start. And I'm open to running in whatever direction people want. Whoa, 58. Maybe that wasn't the smartest move. Nice win. Fantastic. That is a great outcome. Let's see. There's also, we have some nice Aksha. We have good looking Denarii. This one's 64 bucks. Antoninus Pius with a really interesting, I think it's a modium down there. NGC Sestertii. Sounds good. We have a couple Denarii, and then we'll get to the Sestertii. A Hashwi. But yeah, and I also had told, I think, A Hashwi that I'd run a few of the, let's do a mix though. Let's do some Denarii, some Sestertii, and some of the Islamic types that I mentioned, or Islamic inspired. Some of them like have Arabic or different, but like, let's see, where are the Sestertii that I know I have? Nice one there for Tiffany. Here's a Dupondius. This one's really nice. I think you'll really like it. We'll start it for 59 and do no sudden death. Take a look at how well the detail is on it. TRPOT console for what looks like the third time. Beautiful. I don't think I have any of those. Arab Sasanian. We've got a nice one for Cam. Let's try. Here are the Mughal ones that, I thought I did great on these. I just bought a small group of them for 16 bucks each. I'd probably want to start them right at $20. Sold all of them at that price last auction. We'll see what happens today. These are going to be Rajas of Baglana, so about 1600 to 1800, struck in the name of Akbar the Great. Fairly interesting. That one, the first one will go to Gen Alpha. Maybe was off, but I think the next they could pick up some traction. They're fairly chunky. I think melt in them is around 14 bucks, so a couple bucks above melt, but not many. 26 a pop. That seems about where that would be like my target in terms of where I would want them to sell. So 24 is a little closer to that, which is obviously good for me. We have some more of the, but again, like I'd rather make a couple, marginal couple less dollars, under that, and then sell a couple more, or get people who are really pumped about the outcome and tell their friends, or keep it a secret. AD, let me pull some of these ancient ones. I'll run this one, and then I'll get the another Sestertius or similar. I think we have a nice Domitian ass that looks really good on camera. Gen Alpha. And what is that coin, Michelle? I feel bad. Sometimes I don't know. Is that one of the Epfig types? A3921. I'm forgetting the exact type there. Here is the Domitian. 49. I think it'll go higher above there. Oh, it's Celtic. Oh, for sure. Yep. There's a scratch on the front of it there, but really nice console for the 12th time. There's the reverse Sonatus Consulto. Let me find the Celtic type. I'm just looking for it as we speak here. Durotrige's Stater. Cameron Hale going to win that one. I didn't see exactly. So the VFs run me, I believe, 95. And then, so this would be like a 129. Because I have a wholesale buyer who'll be at 105. Maybe we can do 124. Bought some coins for sure. It has this awesome stylized horse on the reverse. So there's all 4 of its legs, and then just like craziness in the field. Dalen Butler, no chance, not on this guy. And then let me see if I have, like, if you like any of these better. If you're looking for an XF, oh, that's actually a really good looking one. Obverse a little more worn, but this could be 124 more likely. Really solid reverse dissolved Apollo head on the front. Beautiful horse though there on the bottom, and you get a little bit of that lettering on the underside, which is kind of nice. Looks like a tripod, but those are the 4 legs. And then the XFs are going to be a little pricier. Those to me are 135, so I think I have to get $159 on them. Few ancients in your shop. Oh, nice, Eswar. There's some cheaper Celtic stuff, but the XFs are tough to find. I bought out the person who offered them to me. Beautiful first century BC examples. Right here, that one's nice looking as well. 159. Beautiful. VF is a more frequent type. And Eswar, if you're ever looking for bulk ancients for a shop, let me know. I supply a bunch of like brick and mortar stores with, you might have to buy like 50 of the same coin or something. So it's kind of that situation, but definitely could be, there's enough shops that are doing it where I think it's worth mentioning to you. Let's see. Bosporus, sure. Yeah. I mean, I had actually just started to pull some of those. I think the pricing will go like, I think 49, 44 should leave a good bit of room on that. Has a very nice Capsidioscori there. Decent obverse, appearance, 150 to 120. But I think that's PANT, Panticapaon. Stater? I don't think so. I don't think I got any of that. Wish I did. Here is a Seleucid Antiochos with a fantastic little eagle on the back of it. Let's see. Antiochos. Maybe I didn't upload this one. Huh. Put that to the side. Tiffany was looking for bigger. None of these are what I thought they were going to be. Let's see. This one here is going to be a really cool Domitian as Caesar Denarius with a really neat reverse type. We'll do the usual 64, but I am kind of crossing my fingers it would bid a little higher than that because you have this cool reverse with the horse and everything. What's going on, B Sawyer? $35, Dalen. I can't do that. That would be too low for that coin. But thank you for the offer. And then let's see. We've got, okay, I think I mentioned the Epic Hoard. This is kind of a fun and unique coin. This is an ancient fake of a silver coin. So it was struck hundreds of, 1800 years ago. It's beautiful in its condition. Nuremberg Thaler's horse, I'm pretty sure I paid $257 and 33 cents a coin. I tried them at $349. They didn't sell. And so maybe I could come down like $10, maybe like 15, but probably not much more than that. There also could be some ones that are Nuremberg that I'm not thinking of. If that makes sense. Yeah. Those are the exact those two that I'm talking about. Here's the first one. I don't think I showed this one. That one's pretty. Maybe that's nicer. These are the two. So why don't I try the one that didn't sell that I haven't tried, and then we can also do some dollar start, just like fun German types. $349. Reasonably attractive, but not cheap. Oh yeah, Barry. I feel like I've been terrible. You've asked for that many times. Let me just dollar start, whatever. Oh, it's awesome. Giraffe coins. I don't think. Yeah, Dalen. I'm gonna buck and go. Why don't we do some of the ancient Chinese types? But then we can get into. We can run the rare Philoxenus, and this one I think we can do. I think it's. Well, I'll try it for $339 because I think the other one's a little nicer than this. This has this little like flan flaw on the bottom. Pretty nice coin though. What would I have that has a giraffe on it? Can you tell me what some giraffe coins are? Because I might, if you jog my memory. I think I have some stags. I have some really cool Gallienus stags. I don't want to disappoint though if she's looking for a giraffe because we have the zoo type Gallienus coins. Here's some Empire of Vietnam cash types. Oracle of Delphi, leading mint matters. This one has pretty good eye appeal, I would say. Which is, I mean, of course, you would desire to have good eye appeal on your coin. Then this one has less eye appeal, I would say. Le Tanton. Interesting incrustation. I'd be curious if you could clean up some of that some of that green. That would do wonders for the type. Shouldn't be a dollar coin, but green concrete. South Africa. Oh, the Giselle. Would she be just as happy? Because I have some South African crowns. This is the Le Tantong as well. AC 33. Yep. And then we have to get. Well, let's do the Philoxenus first, and then we'll do the Great Bosporus. Oh, that's what you were saying. Bosporus Stater. Sorry, it's been so long since I thought of that coin, Baffy. I thought that you were tripping out. No, I fully do have a nice Bosporus Stater. My apologies. Okay, we're gonna do two great types here. Dollar start, but these are like expensive dollar starts. First is gonna be Bactrian bronze, very nice with a tripod. Just beautiful. Apollodotos Soter square. What's going on, Krabby? How are you? I'm gonna make that big order tomorrow. I don't know if they'll be open on President's Day. I'm off from work, which is awesome. This one I'm really nervous about dollar starting, but I think it's almost too good to not dollar start. This is like actually a very nice eye peel and better coin. Anything, yeah. I'm trying to think of anything I can think of, Krabby, that would be up your alley. I mean, we have a mix of like random Byzantine, bunch of random types. Oh, sweet, R Rumbles. We got a bunch of cool stuff that is definitely that direction, basically. I'm trying to think. We have some rarer Indian types that are very nice eye appeal. Great Bosporus. This is under Gallienus and Valerian, of which we have some of the zoo types. That one will go to Oracle. Very nice ancient win. Oh, we have some of the Sadamanas. I totally forgot. This is like ancient Indian, Pakistani. Really cool Skyfake cup-shaped coins. Why don't we dollar start a couple of those? They're better. Sudden death incoming on them, so watch out. They'll go fast. 1/8 Sadamana. It's like the bent bar type. Denari, yeah, we do. I'm not sure on the zoo type Panther. Paid double digits on these, so we should have significant room to run. Maybe we'll. Hey, that one's going to be a great win for Gen Alpha. Let's try a handful more of them, but we're going to start them at about 15, 16 bucks. I sold a bunch wholesale for 12, so yeah, this is going to be about $15 coin. Any for around 60-ish. Like Denari for 60 bucks, you're saying? I think I should have at least one. Yeah, these are silver. It's not like a silver it's not like the silver price would make them. You shouldn't be buying these for the silver, but they are silver. And then, so what am I saying here? What are we looking for? Could be billing. Yeah, they're sold. Yeah, they're not melt coins exactly. Denari for 60 bucks. The ones that I have are like reasonably worn. Okay, this is so cool. I was reading David Sears' book. Why are these called Antoniniani? It's a double denarius here, but the real name is going to be Antoninianus. It's because Caracalla first introduced it in the 210s. Great Mars reverse here, by the way. But his official name was Antoninus, so that's why they called them Antoninianus. It was his monetary reform. Thought that was pretty interesting. And then here is these dolls. Oh, I also forgot we have these dineros that I have to offer. They've been quite popular in the past, so why don't I try 44 bucks start. I'll sudden death them. These are Toledo's 1158 to 1214. These are like medieval Spanish. You can see the cross on the reverse very clearly. Medieval Spanish dineros. That one is actually going to stay at the start. Maybe we'll do... Why don't we try one more? We'll see if it goes up. I don't think I have 1700s New England copper. Silver from Poland I do have. Are you still here? We can run some. This one's really nice. You have very clear stars there. And almost the face on the front of the coin. That one's a better type. Or it's like better for the type. We still have Polish. Great. I just uploaded it before the show. There's also the Almohad types. There's also other Islamic that I wanted to offer, but in the meantime, no, that's Russian. That's also Russian. I saw it in front of me. Let's see, Pol, Pol. Okay, I was looking in the wrong SKU or identifier. Here it is. We'll do them probably just dollar start and see where they land. These are pretty nice eye appeal, I think, for the type as well, which is great. There's 1622. Very good looking. And then that's funny. Yeah. See which denarii stand out, and we'll find it for you. These are like kind of interchangeable, 3 Polker, 1.5 Groschen, but the ones that I'm offering I think are fairly nice on the eye peel scale, which is always exciting to me when they're looking pretty good. These are the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. So there wasn't as clearly defined, like the boundaries back then were not the boundaries of today. I'm under the impression these would have circulated around like the Baltic Sea area, maybe up to Riga but across the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. But a lot of the trade, I think, would have been near the maritime areas. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Nice, that one will dip in the teens. We'll maybe run another one here. And then any anonymous false? Yes, stacking we got. I thought we had some. Yeah, we do. They are the class. They're a little bit of the better. They're a little rarer types. Class I and J and K anonymous false. Let's see, Piernik here. So we'll go to those after we exhaust our supply. Well, we'll do at least 2 more here. This one's a little more worn. It looks like 1622, but maybe 25. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, maybe we'll do one, and we can always, try to find more of these. Yeah, for sure. We can totally do some not-geld. The sets that I have are pretty nice. Are you like, I know sometimes you also will bid with family. And so if people are going to bed, I can try to expedite them. It's a little bit out of the rhythm in terms of what we've been offering. So if we can, I'd love to do them a little later in the show, but I also, I will run them ASAP if you need them run ASAP. And I think people will find them interesting. Russian 5 kopecks, yes. I think we've got all of the 5 kopecks that I have available. We'll do some of those after some of these nice anonymous fallas. This one is the class I. Again, a little bit tougher to find. No sudden death on these. Awesome. All right, then I'll probably run them a little later tonight. Class I anonymous fallas. These have beautiful cross. I haven't seen it. It looks like almost like S is on there on the reverse. And I actually will not bid past the 39 start. We'll do another one and we'll gauge interest here. Beautiful, I would say. Like you can see the IC of Jesus, XC, Christus, his eyes, mustache, everything. Not mustache. It's Jesus, his beard. What am I saying? To treat things with good respect. Let's see. 39 is going to be the start price. This one has, oh, cool. This one's actually a little bit of a different one and maybe slightly mis-ID'd. This has like the IC, and so it's a little different from the normal style. Something interesting to note most treasures. There's also going to be a little pause here while I put away some of the coins that are on my desk. Beautiful example that we're working with here. It looks like there's 3 more of the graded Christ phallus that I'm aware of, and then we have some later examples too. That's nice. Any raw ones? I don't think so, and honestly, there's enough of a premium when we put them in holders where I'd rather wait. Coin and more, this one's class I, maybe repatented. Let's see. Then we have two class K ones that will also be fairly intriguing. Oldest silver, that's probably going to be a little fractional coin. Zekatak, yeah, we have Widow's Mites. It's crazy though. We're actually running low on those as well, which is feels really weird. We have a bunch of them at NGC right now, but the turnaround times, and we over wholesaled them. So, if people ever want to buy 100 Widow's Mites in the 20s instead, because we at least sell them for 32, and here they were bidding at the 40s. But if people are looking to buy 100 in the 20s, then we'll sell those to other dealers or to other collectors who are looking for a big group of them. But yeah, rumbles, let's find. I actually don't know what. I think my oldest silver gen grade is going to be this Perium. And then we'll jump back into. I don't think. We might have some more modern Mexican stuff. We might do the Widow's Mites directly after. This is not cheap. It'll be like $59. You have this clear Gorgon looking at you from 2,500 years later. Hopefully, it doesn't turn anybody to stone here. There's the tongue outstretched. This crazy infused punch. Really cool. I think this one would be priced where I would be surprised if it went for $59. Doesn't mean that it has to, but I think that, I was telling that the other day, I try to actually give what I think will happen. And thanks for bidding on the rumbles in terms of I'll say, I try not to pull out the, hey, I think this should go for more every time, or else people will not think that that's what I'm credibly trying to, that I'm just recommending it. I'm clearly recommending it because I want it to sell for more, but I'm not trying to say it on exactly every coin that we try. So we're bringing back the Widow's Mites. I think I've got about, in my inventory here in total, I have a couple more than this, but in terms of what I prepped for the show, there's probably they're all really nice though. That's the thing that I do want to call out, and it just is true about them. AD, is that the Menander? I swear that I sold that after your request. If that's a little Bactrian copper berry. Here is my Widow's Mite with also both nice sides. Yeah, very nice sides on both of those. We can always go back to them. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that here's a Sanamana. This one looks a little nicer, but it's also a little more worn. So I don't know exactly where, what category you'd put that into. But yeah, I sold the that Bactrian one. We have one of the Almohads left. I sold all of the other ones. Then there's still the Mahmud Islamic type. Athena standing with arrow. I'm pretty positive I sold that coin. North coins. Gonna win that. We've got the Almohad Square Durham. Maybe we'll go at a slightly losing cost. I sold the other ones with a start of 29. But then I had been mentioning, okay, we still have 2 of these, but there's also the really nice Durham's of the Ghaznavids. Cash coin, yep, we'll run cash. Let's run a couple of these. I mean, these are really solid. I'm going to try, to obviously make money on these ones, but I think that they're pretty good looking. We'll start these are minted in Nishapur. Broad Durhams of the Ghaznavid ruler Mahmud, very solid. Dollar and go. Yeah, we'll dollar and go some of the what's it called? Some of the cash coins in a moment. But maybe we'll go to even 10 just because there's so many great coins that I want to run through today. These would have been right at the turn of the century, which is always fun. Rumbles, going to start. And these have good script on both sides of the coin. Like, I would say that this type often comes a little bit challenged in terms of, is the coin well centered, well struck? This in particular is really nice. The Brunswick, yep. Let me look at the Brunswick coin. And let me try one more after this as well. Yeah, that one's super solid. Praetor's Chain. I've pulled that to the front, and I did promise some cash coins, but I'll do the Brunswick because but then we'll take it early to part. Okay, the Brunswick I paid $90 and 6 cents for. I'll start at 114 on the Brunswick. Yeah, it's a horsey. The Brunswick coin is probably touch cleaned. Oh yeah, and I've been terrible about that coin. That one is first up after, let's see, WY3104 114. There's a couple scratches on there that I'm seeing. I don't think it's anything too bad, and I wouldn't be shocked at all to see this one bid up. There's also some cash coins coming. Here is the front. It's cleaned for sure, but the horse is pretty good looking. 20 Eine Feine Mark. I think I sold the Trajan Sestertius, but I'll be glad to go to the Owls. We have a couple of the... Here's the 2 owls. No, there's one owl right there. Maybe there's another one down here. But I had promised people to run some of the Chinese cash, so we will do that. 240113. This one has provenance back to Elson in 2001, which is a Belgium auction house. Very solid eye appeal, I would say. Let me pull out the WY, the Sen, so that they are staring me in the face. Nice win. That one will go for $6 to Murphman. Congrats on that one. This one is going to be Huizong, the next ruler. Very good eye appeal cash coin, I would say. And it looks like we have 2, but of slightly different types, which is also interesting in the next group. Mint matters. The obverse on the bottom owl, definitely. I'll show all sides of it. And then we also, next up, have, what is this coin? Oh, Tran Thai Tong, which is 1200s Vietnam, which is pretty interesting. And then I haven't even gotten, so this is earlier Vietnam. We'll do a handful more of these. Nice condition. I mean, they're all worn, but again, pretty well struck, in decent shape. This one is, just a good looking type. This one is going to be a later ruler, Tran Du Tong. Oh, and then we have some really chunky Lei Trong and Le Hien Tong. We'll do 2 different rulers. And then we'll do the cash, the 50 cent, which we'll just do $1 start on. That one will land for $6. We'll see how these 2 do. I think that people will notice, the condition on these. Great for how old they are, especially. Just beautiful eye appeal. I'll show the reverse. This looks pretty solid and intact, but really nice obverse. And then, let's see, Mint Matters. Here we have, there's a little dot on the reverse, kind of cool. Good looking coin. And then again, we'll do that W1120, the larger 50 cent type. Probably do $1 start on that, which will be fun. We can do, no sudden death. Very, very nice. And then let's do the owl. AD 9215. Then we can also go back for some of the porcelain gaming money. Here we've got, let's see, 2 $59, no sudden death. Chunky little owl coin. And there are a bunch of types I haven't even tried out today that I brought that are totally new to my shows. This is silver. Yeah, this is silver. Sorry about that. And then let's see, we can jump back in particularly well centered here. 05, 09, 24. Start these at $19 as we were earlier. They bid one bid into the 34 range. A couple others went for the start. This one's got great script. Silver broad dirhams of Mahmud. Very solid. Oh, of course, it matters. If you want, I can run. Just tell me more. I know that there's some of the not geld we wanted to try. Continues to be very solid script. Let's see. No bids on that one. Just need to do a quick correction here. Let's see. All right, so let's do this dolphin. Oh, maybe I didn't upload it. Bummer. Put it in the did not upload pile. Let's do some of the porcelain. They're just fantastic types. We've sold everyone we've tried, the vast majority bidding significantly higher. These Thai gaming pieces, which would have been struck in China. Widow's Mites Depot, yes, we've got nice Widow's Mites. They are ready to go. They have a $32 start price. 1 year is going to be in like a month. It's going to be awesome. Very fun. Married life is fantastic. Celebrated Valentine's Day yesterday. I spent a whole day away from coins, which was very good. I can't obsess over them too much. The Fat Owlman sounds good. Yeah, I'll bring it back here for us. Mint Matters. Gonna scoop that one at 16. I think that's a great spot to be on it. We'll run a couple more after this owl, which is now priced for sudden death. Silver Owl Tetradrachm. It's got some scratches in the surface, but the important thing is, how does the owl look? It is a beautiful little owl looking right at us. New by Fly. There we go. I know you had asked for them, so let me see if I have another one here. I think there's one. Also a little nice owl tet. Here we go. That one has a little patchy obverse, but the owl is like magnificent there. The Mark Antony, sure. Can you tell me what the skew is on it? Sudden death. Smallwood will get that. Let's see. I thought that I maybe was showing. Oh, here's one. This one maybe has the nicest detail, but also some hits to the coin. Maybe I should have gone no sudden death, which is what I'll do here on that third one. There's the obverse. Obverse looks pretty clean. And then, yeah, the Mark Antony. I'm not exactly sure where that one is. We have some of the mites. We can also do the porcelain. Do we want to see the mites? It's a 32 start on those. $13, sudden death. Perfect. All right, we'll get them. Oh, that one has almost. Is it a swan or is it just like a cool character? I'm not sure exactly. And so let's see. Mites is up next. Very interesting. Siamese. Again, these were struck originally for use in Thai gambling houses, but then they would spill over a small change. Locally, they were outlawed in 1875. Here we've got $32 start Widow's Mites, pretty good looking coins. These are the nicest of a large batch at this point that is basically down to the end. Let's see. 4. That one is going to go to our Rumbles. Here we've got, let's see, $32. Non-slab, not really. They just, I figure it's better to explain, like, from a business perspective, if I've got one that's not slab. We will have a couple in soon that maybe have some, like, bronze disease or different incrustations that make it tougher for them to get into a graded holder. And so if it's one of those coins, they will avoid the slab. Otherwise, pretty much, it almost always makes sense to holder them commercially. So a little bit of a shame if you want like a really nice coin though. That's a cool animal on that porcelain piece. Very nice, almost like a little doe or something. And then we do have a couple of WX. Is that what we're saying? WX. Oh, some of the 5 kopecks. Why don't we run the porcelain on screen? There's just 2 more, and then we'll try some of the 5 kopecks. We probably have about. We're not quite at 3 hours, but today it's like a little more abbreviated of a show, I would say. So we're probably close to wrapping. There's also some kind of rare Arab Shahid tankas. Ooh, these are now going inexpensive, which is a good place, obviously, if you're a bidder, for them to go. But let's try some of the big time 5 kopecks. Mint Matter's going to land that one. Let's see, WX 74-048. And again, I mentioned, I don't want to promise anybody, but good chance that we do some late night streams in addition. Like, the frustrating thing is you have to pay for shipping twice because it would be 2 entirely different shows, but there's like a world in which I try to do an auction every day this week, which would be kind of insane. Tyrian shekels, no. Japanese silver, yes. Tyrian shekels, man, those have to be some of the toughest to find. There's 1761. Nice Elizabeth Petrovna, earlier ruler. Nice win for Michelle. Here we've got, let's see, $34. 1763. Ooh, that one's overstruck, I believe, right? Isn't that does look overstruck to you, right? That, because there's that M or K or whatever it is, should not be there. Pretty positive that one's overstruck. That one will go to HTC. Nice win, JC. Then we've got 1763 as well right here. And then we'll do the Japanese silver. Let me just check what a 50-cent coin is melt-wise. And I'll run it for a little bit ahead of that. 1951, silver's been down a bit, so we can probably start those for around 26. They should bid up from there. Yeah, let's see what happens to these guys. Pretty good looking coin, if I say so myself. Jam, how are you doing? I may take a little moment here to just check in. See, and I might put a giveaway on soon. I know we still have some not geld to do. Yeah, nice and lustrous. No 2-ounce silver maple divisible bars. I wish I had them, but I do not. Sounds cool, though. And there's a couple more of those Japanese 50-cent as well that we will try to pull and run not crazy long from now. Give me one moment here, though. Don't want to be too late to dinner. Let's get a giveaway on. One sec. Looks like dinner is not anytime crazy soon, which is great that we can offer a couple more here, but I can smell my wife is making a fantastic bean and vegetable dish. It's so good. So here, that one could be a touch cleaned, as could the next one, but they're still pretty solid. Silver from Mexico, I don't think I have much of. We should have some, hopefully some of those eight reals coming in not that long, but they're a little pricey. You know that a lot of types across the board have gotten a touch pricier. Yeah, let's do some of these crazy cool Uzbekistani Islamic. They're very uncommon. Can I show the years? Old Japanese. Oh, you know what we have to do then? And we'll do these two. We'll do the first dollar start because it's really cool. Then I'll probably do a little dealer hissy fit and insist that they be sold for more on the next turn. These are Arab Shahid of Haji Muhammad the First, a silver Orbilin half tanka. Really, really neat. And that one, that's about where I would have expected that to sell. I brought 5 total of them today. My plan is to start these for 14. They're pretty inconsistent in terms of their strikes, so you'll notice a lot of the types are kind of all over the place. But that was where I wanted to start them. It was going to be that $14 start. That one will actually only land at, and I mean, it makes sense. The prior was probably a little bit better. We might have even sold the best one first. This one, I can't tell if it's double struck or if it's just kind of crazy. But again, as I mentioned, inconsistent strikes, but some fantastic script there in the back. Uzbekistani. Japanese bean money. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to suggest. Next up. We are thinking we're on the same page. We've got 2 more of these half tank. I don't think they're going to rival the first one. I guess maybe this one would be close. Has a lot of nice inscription. Balboas I do not have. Nope. This is Haji Muhammad the First, Uzbek Islamic. And then we have this last one before we go to the bean money. We also have some nice Ottoman Aksha. Those have been requested a bunch. I paid 10 each for them, so I would start them at $14. And these are of Sarah's, which is kind of cool. Very solid. You can see some of the inscription on that side. A Pashwi, nice win. We talked about the bean money. Okay, I actually have more than is listed, but I didn't properly upload them. If you all gave me a little bit of time, I could get more than this for you. This would start at $37. This would have gone in between. Yeah, maybe I'll get some more here. Let's see. Very nice win for Gen Alpha. Let me just type in Bean and see. Did I upload a couple more than this? Oh yeah, I did upload a few more than this, but there might still be a limited number that I've forgotten about. These are, again, larger, so they're going to start, well, we'll keep them at 39, but they should bid higher, is, I guess, how I would put it. Very nice bean money example there as well. That one will go to Marcus. Congrats. Let me just quickly pull the other bean money that I wanted to offer everybody, just to make sure that they're basically there and available. Let's see. 2 file download as a CSV. Bring that over, create a temporary listing, upload the CSV. And we are back, but we hopefully won't even skip a beat here. And we've got a giveaway. Fantastic. That one will go to Lunan Fan. Nice. This one's a big one and has great detail. Just awesome. Awesome to be able to come up with what I think are really solid types consistently. That one will go to Gen Alpha. This one here, same thing, 39 start. That's kind of the number on these. That one is a great, very clear style and is going to stay at 39. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What nice win. This one is above 8 grams. The double face kind. Mint matters. Which are the double face kind that you... What are these things you're referring to? Sounds very intriguing. I know that there's some like better silver Japanese types. Well, let's see in terms of outstanding what we have. There are some of the Aksha. Oh, and then I don't know that I've offered any of these either. So let's try the Aksha. As I mentioned, what is this type? A Murad II. And yeah, I paid $10 a piece, so I'm looking for $14. These are Ottoman Empire silvers. Pretty interesting. They used to be more plentiful. Like you used to be able to buy 50, 100 at a time. Now I was lucky to come across, I think it was 20, and I paid 10 a piece. And so I was pumped when I saw this opportunity. Murad II. And we'll go through the mix that we do have. Nice, again, Aksha type. There's also some like dollar star Indian coins that are kind of cool. We have some Dodia Pesos. We have some Nawanagar Doctos. I think I paid like $6.30 on those, so I could dollar start them maybe. Again, solid Aksha of Murad II. Hijri calendar 825. And then the last one, these are going to be a little pricier. These are from Sarai, but these are Mengli Jire Khan in his second reign. Probably start those at around $19, not a touch above. 1737 to 1740 is going to be the date with a frozen calendar year of 1150 Hijri on them. Rumbles to win those. I think I had shown these before. These are 14 starts. Actually, maybe we could do, this one's a little more worn than normal. We could go to 12 on this Amirs of Kunduz Afghani coin. This is, I think, it's part of, I want to say, like, it's near Shabayonid. That one will go to Rumbles. The next one has a great counter stamp, 2 dinar counter stamp, and you can see the visible stag. So that one's going to be like $19. But you can see that counter stamp and you can see the stag. Nicer eye peel item. And I think we have one more that would be like, let's see if you can see the stag as clearly. Ah, that makes sense. Thanks for explaining that, because I was getting a little confused. Oh yeah, you can see the stag, I believe, right there. So this one will also be a 19 start. Very solid. There's the reverse. You can see the script on the underside. We can do the 2 that we somehow did not sell. Not because they went unbid, but because I just forgot to offer them on these Rajas of Baglana. Just paid $16 for a bunch of them. The Mark Antony, no, I was wondering if you could tell me a little more on the skew there. That'd be helpful in terms of me locating the coin. In the name of Akbar the Great, that one will go to Bruce, and then we'll do the last of these right here. Try to bring back some in a future sale. Nice coin. Oh, did I sell these? I think I started that for too low. That's okay. Marcus. Oh, it's the WW93 one. I think that's it. I bought that a long time ago, but I'm pleased at my memory. Which hopefully that I don't think anybody. It's not like that impressive of a brag. Oh, we gotta show these. These are carts of Hera in beautiful shape. 32. Okay, I was off. See, don't get too. I'm humbled. This one's quite nice and worn. It's probably like a $74 coin from a nice old English collection. You got the little collector tag there too. No sudden death. Mark Antony. There's that very clear galley. And the Legion that it was from. I don't know that we can make it out. It looks like maybe Legion 3. Any Umayyad? We sold through a bunch of Umayyad types. Let me pull. There's a couple sections that we might have. Nice win for Arm Will. This WY. Oh, there's some cool coins from Central Asia and India that I have to show here. But we're going to start with these Carts coins, which we start at 24. And they're pretty nice. I think Carts of Herat, these are under Muiz al-Din Pir Hussein. Egypt 1218. Yeah, that's a nice coin. It's like 199. It's very interesting, like ink, like the square type, and then on the other side. That one's gonna actually stay at the start bid, so that one will go at 24 bucks. Let's see, this one's 23. There's two more that I brought today. I will definitely be holding firm at that 24. What's going on, Imperial? Great to see you. We are going crazy with trying to sell as many coins per minute as we can. Pandas we don't have. Lots of people looking for pandas. Was there anything? I feel like I've almost never gotten the panda request. Is there anything special about pandas these days? Gotta tell me, because I'm actually super curious. All right, here's the last of these carts types. And then I'm thinking we can do some dollar start on some crazy Menander back drain coins. That one actually won't sell. It's okay. Nice chunky carts of Herat. Here we have the Menander. He's one of the great rulers of Bactria, which cut off. There's the club on the one side and the elephant's trunk on the other. This is not silver. The Carts of Herat coin was silver. Yeah, I can bring it back if you'd like it. 2nd century BC, square bronze coin with a club on one side, Karshoti lettering, and then Greek on the front. That is the win of the night by Ryan. I am impressed with that win. We'll try this one, and I would guess that it will go for much more, though the lettering on this side is really clear. Nice, super nice. Bactrian square bronze. Then we'll do the subalpine. Too bad peen. At 199. 13 bucks. Great win. Here, let's try silver 5 franc. No sudden death. No Roman Emperor Otho. This is from that 1952 and back beautiful Vermont Doctor collection. Great coin. We have 55. Let me look for other interesting Indian types. We have a couple of them. These I paid $6 and like some small amount more of cents for. Princely State of Nawanagar Doctos. We'll dollar start them. Frozen calendar year, struck between 1570 and 1850. Nice and chunky too. Very cool. And just I think in the fun category for sure. Nice coppers. I mean, we've gotten a good mix of. I haven't quite shown all the Indian types that I brought today. We'll do. I think I have 2 more of these and 2 more of a slightly different. The Nawanagar ones. 80, 25, 35. Sure. Oh, that one I've been meaning to pull. I should probably hang on to that one. I want to learn more. I think she's like the curator of the British Museum collection or something like that. So was pretty awesome. Background. And then we've got this one. We'll bring it, again, I paid 6 something on them. We have 2 of the Gia Long Vietnamese cash. Sorry about that, JJ Foster, but tell me another request and I'll run it, I promise. I just want to research more on JJ. And then right here we've got the Zinc 7 fan. Beautiful shape, by the way. Annam or Vietnam. As you can see, we also have some other nice, like, real solid shape Indian coins. To the extent... Oh, did I forget? We do maybe have a couple more of the Mughal coins as well, which we sold out of. So I thought we had sold out of. I guess we have 4 more, but from a much older group and different group. BC coins, we've got a lot of them. Mysore, no D, no Vijayanagar types, but there is just a bunch of Indian coins. That was my only rare provincial. I apologize. We should be getting in some other nice provincial types, though, soon. So I would keep an eye out. I'll try to bring in some for tomorrow. I'll put my Roman provincial on. It should be 8029. There also should be some decent provincial stuff currently in my inventory. Like, it might be graded, though. So it could be a little pricier because of that. But, like, I don't know. There's a... I mean, it's repatented. I have a cool Domitian. That might be pretty good appeal. We'll do the last 2 of these. Then we could maybe do some of the more expensive Indian coins. We have a Sikh Empire one. I think I paid 65, so I've been selling them for like 75 or so. I think I sold a couple at 79, but I kind of want to sell them. High end. I mean, I should have some high end stuff. Tetradrachm. Tell me what tetradrachm. If you type in tetradrachm, I'm sure that I'll have something that's good. Here's the last of these guys. We sold like 10 of them, so I'm not surprised if the prices are coming down a little bit. Exhausting people on these guys. And so, I mean, this is kind of a cool coin. Why don't we try it for $1.99? Nice Aspendus Pamphylian Stater. Guess I left Sudden Death on. It'll be Sudden Death. Wrestler Stater. A little more worn on this side. Irregular flan, but a beautiful slinger on that side. And then these can often be quite popular. I don't know what the cheapest on eBay is, but these were found, I think, while doing construction in France. They're deemed the Epphig Hoard, and they have fantastic eye appeal. The 74 start item. No sudden death. Beautiful. That looks like PLC. I think is London Mint. Constantinian commemorative. Fantastic on both sides of the coin. Really, really pretty. I was pumped when I got these in. Just a super interesting type. Texas going to start us off. We'll bring in another just great victory. Different SMNA. I'm not sure what the mint is on that. There's the Constantinopolis. Beautiful shape. Obverse, but it's great to have all the fine context Just awesome. Then we have some in Choice XF. So predictably, the price will move a bit higher. I don't want to do any crazy move higher though. So I think this one will be 84. We have 3 of them in Choice XF. Just incredible bust Constantinopolis around. Beautiful, beautiful coins. Yeah, exactly. I think I think you lose a lot of numismatic context if you don't encourage, you know, super good documentation, and then it gets to the collector. Beautiful Epfig type here. And then I think there's one more that I brought today. B Stag. I think I might have one, a tetragram, but it's like a $1,500 coin. And that's me kind of making up a price. I bought it for cheap, honestly. I could try to bring it in a coming show. Beautiful, though. Man, that's nice. I'll try to bring a couple more of the Epfig in a future sale, but they're just so pretty. This is the last one for this evening. Nice win. On the topic of Hoard coins, we have a couple of the AD 9817. These are the URB Civil War Hoard. Paid 100 British pounds for them. They come with a pamphlet explaining the entirety of the Hoard. Really, really cool. This is a 12 shilling coin. They're not 12 shilling, a shilling coin, or 12 pence. Nice silver. And then, tell me, we've got 2 of these ant noses. 29 bucks. With some cool, great, proto-money style history on them. Mint Matters will start. And then, not surprised to see that we have one more here. Can try to, I don't have any flipped up, but I have a couple, I have a good number more, honestly. And I'll try to flip some up in future shows. Graded Ancient Chinese, no. Ancient Chinese, the grading, NGC doesn't grade Ancient Chinese coins. We do have nice eye appeal like Vietnamese and Agrigus. What is that coin? I'd be happy to offer it. That's a nice Le Tuong Duc cash coin. And there's a couple other like Annam or Vietnamese types yet to offer. That one will go to Mint Matters. And then we'll do maybe 2 of, this is Le Hien Tong. I always dollar start these, which I don't know if that's the best idea every time, but that one will go to Mint Matters. This is the next ruler, Quang Trung cash coin of his, 1786 to 1792, while we are establishing government in the States. This is what, we should have some British India. We sold a bunch of East India Company, though I can try to pull some back for the next show. We have, because there's a bunch that got actually shipwrecked. But let me try to find you see, we also have a Thai bullet money, but a really big one. I paid 45 for it. So let's see. We'll do one more. I have this Thong Bao from the early 1800s, and it's got pretty good eye appeal on there as well. And then we will do some of the British India silvers. HGC, I'm sure we will do that one shortly. Let me just do the British India. There's also some like mixed Indian types that should be really fun to offer. Here we've got at 34 bucks, 1892 1 rupee. These are like, they're very frequently have some cleaning on them. Any Mexico, Rob? I don't think so, but I'm really hoping that I can do a reload of Shipwreck types this week, but they all are pretty, like Mexican Shipwrecks, those coins get pricing. Yeah, Roman Republic. Yeah, the Thai silver. Sure. That one's going to come up as soon as we stop. I think there's 4 total, and we've already sold one. We're about to sell another. We're going to sell these last 2, and then we'll do the Thai coin the Thai bullet. My attribution may be wrong on it, so I want to, not on this coin. This is this is 1882, not 1892. Excuse me. Just as a heads up. Paper 78. Let's do some paper soon. Mint Matters. I promised Mint Matters that I would offer the paper when they're around. This last one, then the Thai bullet. Thai bullet, I have no idea how much it's worth. I'll run it at my cost, which is 45 bucks, but I'll eat the fees if it, assuming I paid a little too much or a little not too much. Yeah, for sure, Imperator. I bought like a couple, not a couple thousand. I was gonna say a couple. I think I bought over 1,000 of them, but I am a poor, or not poor, but I don't know if this attribution is correct. I saw a similar one online, but I just want to call it. I don't really know what I'm talking about on this, but I did pay 45 bucks for it. It has very nice stampings on it, which is pretty cool. And it's kind of a chunky 15-gram bullet money. Interesting stamps. That one will go to Hurricane Bay. And then the request was for after that. I think we said we could try some paper. I've just pulled here. Each of these is going to be 10 notes of paper. And we're going to just dollar start all of it. 1. These are all Weimar, over 100 years old. 25 Pfennigs, and they're mostly sets, but not all of them. Actually, maybe these are not sets. I'm not sure. Oh, that's really interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. So I think that is going to be 10. Really, really cool. And yeah, I think that is, yeah, that's definitely 10. It's always, sometimes the viewer count will dip a little bit during the paper, but I often think that it's a fun like recharge, and then people can like use that time to go look through if they're not, because very few other auctions are doing the style where they upload everything so people know what's there. So this one, another beautiful 3 of those types, and we'll get some very colorful Geldan, all different scenes. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, cool. 10 different colors. 10. Lovely mix. And 10 a lot. Yeah, we got 10 a lot is my plan for these guys. Really cool. They're just like exciting, I think. HTC, nice win. Let's see. We'll find at least 3 more of these lots, I will promise. Maybe after 3 we go back, unless people really, really want them and just speak up, or we'll probably continue to go through mixed coins again. But if there's the demand for the Pfennigs, that's what we've got to do. Let's see. That's 6. That's 7, 8, 9. Oh, those are cool. 10, and 11. And while we're at it, let's just include 12, 13, so we get the set. Okay, that wasn't very good because it didn't get another bid, but hopefully it will make Mark extra happy. Can't be overly strategic. I'd be ashamed to break that up. Oh, here's some cool ones. We'll be strict about the 10 on this one, though. Doesn't matter what the next item is. A bunch of hearts on these. Looks like it's different types on the... Are those similar? Stadtspiels. Let's see on the back. That one's a different style. These also has some hearts, but all different. So that's 5, 6, 7. And then some interesting Weissmann, Vorbeck. And that one didn't even get more off the ground than that. It's so cool how they come and you can like slowly try to piece together a set too, because you don't find it all at once. We basically just buy old German collections and go from there. Let's see the next one here. Oh, super interesting. Africa. Oh, is this like a set of maybe some of the different shows where in Africa Germany had its colonial possessions? Then we have these Norway, so a lot of different themes here. Lübeck, Swedish, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bunch of cool, interesting, but the colonial African silver theme, I think, went to the last person as well. 75 Pfennigs. I had not really realized that that was part of this, so very, very interesting. Yeah, and kind of cool. Maybe we'll do some craziness, which is going to be less like set by set. Then there's more of the... I'm trying to just look around here. We have a bunch of great NGC holdered items. We'll just do 10 of these. I don't think that these are sets, though. I think just good-looking Weimar Notgeld. 3 marks, so a larger denom. Here's a 50 Pfennig, 25 Lemgo, 1 mark there. Oh, Reichsmark. That is going to be something 1874. That's interesting. Uniface. Oh, that one has a symbol I'm not supposed to sell. Winter Hilfswerk. Interesting. Very interesting. 1 more, and maybe we'll do a bonus note. Very interesting across the board. We got some Winter Hilfswerk medals from the 1930s in as well. Those, I think, just arrived down in Texas, so maybe Isaiah and Gabe will be offering a couple of them. And so, let's see. Here we've got maybe 1. Oh, interesting. Bunch of soldiers. 2 with the spooky skeleton. 3, 4. Oh, 5. Interesting scene there. This one's Uniface 6 for 3 marks. Early World War I. Here's one of the African colonial types. 7. Bunch of great color on this. 8. 2 marks. Spendemock. 9. And 10. Really cool mix as well. Let's go back through them. That one will go to HTC. Let's continue to look here. And then 29, let's see. We're going to do 1. Oh, this seems to be part of a set. 2. Oh, interesting. Skeletal. And pretty large notes as well. 3. 4. These are large notes. 5. Interesting historical scene. That one looks like X'd out. 6. 7. That's been stamped. 8. 9. Some very interesting 10 styles in those. That is a good mix. Texas will win that. Let's see. And then maybe we'll do, if we do 2 more, that will be 10 of these lots, and we can do more at the very end of the show. We can go through a couple. 1, oh, interesting Christian theme. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, big note. 6 of horn lip. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bunch of cool ones. Great mix of large note. That's probably the coolest one. Really big. I wonder if that's the Hamburg War Memorial. I'm not exactly sure. Bunch of fun examples. And then maybe we can throw on a giveaway. We're approaching about 3 hours 15, so I said it would be like 3 tops. I guess we've gone a little long. So maybe this is our last. We'll do more knockout later this week. Great ship style. That's 3. More Weimar. 4 with the Weimar flag. 5. Interesting. I don't know where that would be. 6. All this. 7. Maybe it's colonial possessions. 8 with some like dwarves. That's fun. More dwarves there. 9. Stockholm. 10. That one will go to Sorcerer. Great deal. On. I mean, it makes sense. They went for a little less. It's kind of smaller flan items, but let's put these back over there. Always fun to do a little not geld corner. We could do some Afghan Durrani rupees, minted in Kabul here. What am I running? What's going on, AA? We got a bunch of different interesting types. This one is a Barakazai rulers of Afghanistan. We've got a bunch of graded stuff. We have world silver. I'm looking at an Australian florin. Oh, of course, Mid Matters. I wanted to make sure I did, at least to an extent, tonight. Maybe that may not be what the focus is this evening. We do have some of these tougher to find great Seljuks, low percentage gold dinars, just as a quick call out. But, man, in terms of what I have that is left, why don't we run... What do I have in terms of Australian? Yeah, why don't we do a George Shilling silver coin with the kangaroo and emu type. Graded ancient, sure. Nice 92.5% silver. I sold all of the Sasanian of Paris, but it looks like I do have a couple of the Cavids, and then hopefully tomorrow I can reload. Yeah, but definitely, Mint Matter is going to win that coin. Let's try 0302. I'm going to take that one out. It's an interesting countermark that I want to. Here is one of these Sasanian drams. I didn't pay quite as much for these. The last ones I started at 49 and they averaged like in the 50s, 60s. Here is a later ruler, Kavad the First Sasanian dram. Very nice style. Zoroastrian fire altar on the reverse. And you have this quite elaborate crown. And then we could do one other in case that was just a thing where you didn't like that specific type. We're pretty firm in the 44 range on these guys. Mughal, I sold tons of Mughal today. Sold like 10 Mughal coins. I actually have some French Indian, some Arcot rupees, which is not a type that is very frequently offered. Of course, no problem. I'm more than happy to. We should have some great Sasanian tetradrams coming in soon. This is a really nice... This is particularly for the type. I mean, I've sold like 50 of these at 55 and up. I feel like, you know, I bought like 100 just to retail. I paid, I think, 45 for them. Touch over 45. These are French Indian, though. Arcot mint, a little tougher. Very large and beautiful. Venice. I think I sold all my Venetian Grosso today. It had been a while since I had stocked any. Graded Ancients, though. Nicephorus. Let's try this one. Nicephorus Focus. This one should go at 34. Very clear portrait on the obverse and in the holder. This is the precursor to the anonymous phallus, so this was the last coin before they started doing the anonymous phallus. Roman Republic Imperator, sure. Let me see what I have on that front after we do this nice little run of Byzantine types. This is a good looking Leo. This one would be at least 39. And then we have a Romanus as well, but you have that great M for 40 Numis Anno on this side. And then both Leo V and Constantine on this side. You can see the lettering fairly clearly, which is also desirable. And then this is a Romanos coin that we'll probably bring back down to about 36. And then we'll do some Roman Republican after maybe. Well, we have a couple. We have two Romanos ones. The next one would be 39. This one's 36. Just that great Byzantine lettering. You see him holding the globe with the cross attached and kind of the scepter in hand. And then here's this one, kind of a smooth style. And that one's going to tick up a couple of bucks at 39. Great, very nice lettering. Let's see what we have. Roman Republican. Let's see. Nice win for Mike there. Here is a better type. This is probably like a 139. This is the Sabine Pursuit type denarius in very solid shape. NGC graded fine. Lucius Titurius Sabinus, depicting the Roman conquest of the Sabine and Sabine women. Very cool. Let me check that out, see what we've got. AD 1009. Oh, we have some cool ones right here too that I forgot about. Whoa! I forgot about this coin. Where has this guy been? Yeah, great type. Definitely expensive. 159. Awesome Elemaeus tetradrachm in fantastic style. Other republics, yeah, let me know which ones your eyes are on. But like, man, that thing is insane. Nice win. Oh, the convention taller. Yep, I tried selling it. I won it. I paid like $90 and some amount of cents, and I didn't sell it for too much more. Maybe I'm off on it. It has been cleaned. But I was looking for 114 on it, and if not, we'll do. Well, not if not. We'll just after that run a couple of nice other German types. AE 4004. Dollar and go.
Are you okay if I start?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm pretty close to done anyways. But let's do some dollar starts here. 105, it's tough. I don't want to really import it and everything. I think it's a nice coin mint to then get. Actually, no, but it's mint. You're like, nobody else is allowed to bid on it if it's going to mint. This is a 1607. I forgot that was mint matters. I feel like you're very nice. So yeah, that was exactly what was going on. You heard correctly. Okay, that one was a little back of cause. We'll probably maybe. All right, this one for mint and mint only at 105. Nobody else bid on it, or I'll be very upset. And then yeah, it's cool looking. Like actually, nobody else bid on this. I'm gonna be upset and probably I will cancel it if it gets a different bid. Just for mint, there we go. Let's do this one since it's a request. Then we'll be wrapping this show, which has been a fun one. $49. Gordian Antonianus, which again, that's a denomination. That's because of Caracol's introduction of the he is Antonine. Of course, Gregory. Chris is going to win that one. Nice win. Do we have any other? We might have like a handful of like maybe like, and I'm not very many left, but we have some Antoniani. Maybe these will be the last 3 of tonight. Yeah, I mean, I'm always really proud. I do think that we give people good offers on coins. 49, nice little Septimius Severus Denarius. And then we have slightly worn, but they'll probably still start at 49. Oh, and then we have a couple of dollar start Swedish Moravian coins. Double A, no, there's a couple of Axamites, I think, on the bay. But that's about all that we have in that front. Somalian, no. This one, it looks like I'm not sure who on the reverse there, but very nice. Trajan Decius. India coins, yes, Eswar. We have a good mix of them. This is what's going to extend the show is good requests for unique types. We will absolutely bring them out. Here's dash 48. We'll do $49 on this guy, and then we will do WX60. There should be a nice mix of Indian types there for comparatively inexpensive prices. There's also some shy bonded. I'm gonna get out there very soon. But let's see. Here we've got 01. This is a nice coin. So hopefully it gets to at least the teens, if not in advance of that. But it's a very nice 1892 Princely States Sayaji Rao III. I just don't think that these are like extremely pricey, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like affordable. Congo silver, I don't think I have much on that front. We're going to run these. We'll go 15 seconds just to go through it. And I think at this point we are 3 minutes-ish remain in this show. Athenian Owls, Morel, come back. We do have them. Come back as soon as tomorrow. There might be a pop-up. I would bookmark all of our shows right now as a smart move. This one's a little earlier, 1885. Nice. Chunky, little hit in the rim there. And then the next types are going to be the ones in back. And then we'll do a couple of those dollar start Moravian. Or Moldavian, not Moravian, Moldavian. Here is a Kutch 1 Cori, 61% silver. Nice and shiny. 1936 type. Nice and pretty. Eswar, good win. I think all this stuff with the postal holiday and the holiday tomorrow, we may have to ship it all Wednesday. But we'll do some shows in between now and then. This one is a nice Princely States coin. Good win for Eswar. Then we have these Shia silver tankas from the early 1500s with a little bit of tone on there. Very eloquent. That's a nice coin. Well back what I'm in it for. I think it'll do well. And then let's see. These are going to be the last types. Very, very nice. That one's 1655. Swedish or Moldavian, potentially contemporary counterfeit. So that means it would have been struck back then to possibly imitate the coins in 1655. Nice level of silvering there. I think I brought up to 4 of them. So I've sold one. Here's the next one. That one's going to be 56. You can see the date very clearly there. 5/6. Quite nice and interesting. And then, man, these ones, yeah, we've got 2 more. Then that's it for the show tonight, and we'll be excited to come back after that. This one is a really pretty example. Out of this world. Beautiful. Wait, I'm going to make everybody upset and think that I don't go to my word. If I run, I did, because I sold 3 of them, but I was surprised that they didn't all go. And I have more than that in the future, but I want to try some of these Gytrus. I don't think that I tried the specific one that I'll lead on, and then if that goes, I'll do the other one. But anyways, great auction tonight. Really enjoyed hanging out. I know it was quick, 3.5 hours, but we'll be back soon. Really cool Gytra Northern Dynasties type. Got a nice group of these. Fantastic InQ style on the back. Looks like a lion, but I should confirm that that's exactly what it is. And we have that one, and then the last that I brought tonight. I'll try to bring some in the future as well, is going to be this guy. And of course, we'll be pumped to be back maybe as soon as like tomorrow out of nowhere, if it's possible. What's the best time for me to run shows? Is it better like later at night, like right now, or do people prefer kind of midday? I feel like there's probably an audience at both times, but just curious to poll the audience here. Thank you again for joining. I'll be back hopefully soon. 9 p.m. EST. Okay, that's easy. If it's an early day at work and I'm off, I can probably start by around then, maybe a touch after. Have a great night. I'm pretty tired. Time for dinner. Have a good one. Let's see who we can go and raid. Make sure to book. That's funny. Bookmark the future coming shows. Let's see if we know anybody. We don't really know too many people here, so why don't we try? Maybe who do we? Keizu, very, very friendly.